Yo, what up, Real? Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully this can play okay without us dropping too many frames. Should be alright. Yo, what up, Prawn? How you doing? It's going good. We're finally back from AGDQ. Feels good to be back. But man, what a trip. What a time. We'll get into more about that a little later. Today I just want to chill, hang out with you guys. We're going to rewatch the race and talk about my time at AGDQ. It should be fun. Because I did the race, but I didn't really get to... I didn't get to see how everybody else did. I mean, I know how it ended. But I just want to go back, listen to the commentary, just kind of read the chat, and just experience it from your guys' perspective. Nice run, was a lot of fun to watch. Well, thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to do. Oh man, good times, good times. Yeah, that would be a little crazy if we could do that. Sadly, no. So instead of writing up a paste bin and posting it on Twitter, I just have a paste bin sitting in front of me with just notes of things I just want to talk about and stuff. We'll get into that. We're going for the high and low combo today. I got my Red Bull and I got my beer. So we're just gonna chill and enjoy. Comfy ass stream. Alright, we'll fire this thing up in just a minute. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Yo, Derek. Thank you so much. Glad you saw the race. We're about to rewatch it. Toy Story warm-up, if not. I do want to go back and watch the Toy Story run. It was so early in the morning I didn't get to see it. I haven't had a chance to watch any of the other VODs of the event. So I'll definitely, over the next several weeks, I want to go back and rewatch a whole bunch of them. I want to go rewatch watch the Toy Story one. What other ones? There's a whole bunch of other ones. Everyone was raving about the the Arabian Nights one, so I want to go back and rewatch that. We had it on in MT's room, but we didn't have the sound on. We were just looking at it like, what the fuck is this game? I missed Calco's Super Mario World race. I want to go rewatch that. And I want to watch the, I'll probably watch the Rando race eventually, even though I don't really care too much about Link to the Past Rando, but it sounded like it was a good race. What was special about the Toy Story run? I have no idea, but everybody was talking about it. It was done by Germro, but But a lot of people were hyping about it, so I want to go back and actually watch it. But it came on, it was like in the AM, so I missed it completely. I was probably passed out and dead. Yeah, he was a good guy. I got to meet him. Good guy, good guy. It was good to meet the face behind the meme, the @Germro. Alright. Alright, let's fire this thing up.
$5 donation from Bazzy. I today made a calculation.
Half the TKC crew was on the couch and they were memeing up. Yeah, I saw the Void Dab picture that came up. Fucking hilarious.
I'm amazed and you guys rock. Keep up the amazing work you all do.
So everything I've heard about the Yoshi race, at least as far as like social media and everything else goes, everything was coming back positive. Seems like everybody really enjoyed the race, which is always promising because it was really... I'll talk about this topic a little bit later, but there was definitely some other runs during the event that were not so well received. Some of them kind of surprised me, but I definitely want to go back and rewatch some of those because, especially, a lot of people were shitting on Meta Sigma's Evermore run, and I enjoyed it. I could maybe see some of their points, but I enjoyed it. But I've always enjoyed watching Meta Sigmas. I think he's just kind of one of those guys, you love him or hate him. Oh, come on. Oh, please. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of who Meta Sigma is. If I have to, I might need to switch this over to the YouTube version. Because your donation didn't get read. Yo, what up, Two Stop? Sorry, Two Stop. JP was handling all the donation names, so you can go bitch at JP. How was it hanging out with the Yoshi crew? Fantastic as always. This is my 3rd year attending GDQ. First year as an actual, like, a participant in the event. First year I went, I was just an attendee. Second year, me and MT were backups. And this year I got to be a full-on runner, so that was just awesome. A dream come true. I know a lot of people tend to shit on the event, and they like kind of meme it up, saying, "Oh, AGQ's gone down the toilet," but for someone who's been speedrunning for 3 years, it was a big deal to me to be a part of this, and it was everything I hoped it would be.
I will donate $50 more if everyone in the crowd can shout "Barbarian" as loud as they can.
That moment right there, my friend Trayson donated, and god damn it. He got the whole crowd to shout "Barbarian" before the race even started. God damn, is it going to be like this the whole time? And that moment alone was worth the whole event. Like, that just warmed my heart so much. Oh, man. Just hearing everybody behind me shout "Barbarian" in a big room like that, it's just... That was something else. I will never forget that moment.
Hello, everybody.
By the way, huge shout-outs to JP, MT, and I Got Bored. Did such an amazing job with commentary, at least from what I've heard. Now, I know JP, and I know they all did an amazing job. That was one of the things I definitely wanted to hear, because with those headphones, like, I could barely hear shit. I could hear JP a little bit. I could hear the crowd cheering. I couldn't hear donations being read. Those earmuffs they had on you were pretty good at sound blocking. Who won the race? Yamayu won. I was right behind him. I only lost by 10 seconds. And then Poor, and then Calco. Why is this thing... We might have to drop the quality down just a little bit. Let's see. Let's drop it down to 720, see if that makes it a little better. If only I did the heli skip. Yep. And the thing is, I told myself before I went even into that room that I was just going to take the helicopter. And then I felt like the pressure was like, oh, everybody else took the heli skips. I was like, I'm going to look like a pleb if I don't do it. But, oh well.
We have Yamayu with a 142.54. We're going to change hemispheres on you one more time. All the way from Chile in second place with a 142.12. We have Calco.
Poor Calco. Poor Calco. That guy had an absolute shit of a time getting to the event. He was stuck at JFK Airport for 3 days before he had to refund his plane ticket and take a train from New York to DC. That poor guy, he had a hell of a time trying to get to the event.
We are extremely excited to be back. Runners, are you guys ready? Then I'll count it off. We'll go with, start with 5. Timer, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2...
I know, right? If he had just... He didn't know, though. Like, how could you know that they were going to delay him for 3 days? Every day they were like, okay, we'll put you on a flight. Okay, we'll put you on a flight. And 3 days later, he finally told them to go, fuck off, give me a train ticket.
To end all escort missions. If you've never seen this game, the
thank you, MT. Spoiler alert, I don't win.
Mario from start to finish in 48 different levels. That's how many we'll be playing today. If you get hit, you got to go get them back. Guys, we got a lot to cover.
Yo, what up, D-Rock?
Rapid fire. All of these runners are going to be playing on the Japanese version of the cartridge. It's not a huge time save. It's like, what, 3 seconds in this run?
Yeah, about that.
It all has to do with these dialogue boxes. Japanese text, of course.
I fucking hate my select button. I always lose time on that bit because my select button is absolute garbage.
You need to know about fluttering. So whenever you jump as Yoshi, if you hold on to that jump button, you're going to flutter. That kind of suspends.
Will I be grinding at 141?
But
Absolutely.
if you hold the jump button after bouncing off an enemy, you get an even...
Now right there, I did go for the task jump, but I just didn't get it. I spit the thing too early. I took a bit of damage there. That was just nerves. That was just nerves. It looked like Calco took a hit too.
Tries to avoid having to do that. You're gonna see this mechanic a lot.
Once I got out of World 1, the nerves were pretty much gone.
And in fact, you're gonna see it in about 20 seconds here.
But definitely made a lot of silly mistakes throughout the run. Everybody did. Like, there were so many. Like, everybody died at one point in the run. Nobody had a perfect run.
As you can see,
yo, what up, Syraxis? How you doing?
Flower. He's gonna hold that flower in his mouth. There we go. He's gonna kind of spit it against the wall here and kind of automatically.
Or that first try.
Yeah.
I got second.
This is a frame perfect trick.
Calco 3,
but it is a major time save,
4. Oh man, I didn't realize Calco got so stuck. 5. Damn. Damn.
In 1-3.
Whew. Poor Calco.
Talk a little bit more about that trick. The trick can definitely be a little finicky. Can take a few tries. To get it on the first try, you're always pretty happy with that as a runner. As we go into 1-3, boy, we need to talk about terrain. We need to talk about slopes. Slopes in this game slow you down. It's not like Super Mario 3.
Yeah, nobody's used the IRC chat in a long time. I poked my head in there a couple months ago for, or last month, when me, Calco, Yamayu, and Poor did the, like the preview race, and that was weird.
Which means he only has to tap the A button instead of pressing it twice to fire an egg. And Yamayu actually plays on patience, so he did not do that.
Yeah, that's kind of an
as you know, I never knew until the day of the race that Yamayu did patient.
runs on Hasty. We'll explain that a little more in a second, but that Yamayu differs from everybody, but still has a third place time is pretty incredible, and it will probably make a lot of the things he does in this game a little different. Yeah, it's about 1-3.
No, I didn't know.
Base level, as you can see all of
I never see Yamayu stream. He streams like real early at night or something. I never see him stream.
There is one kind of subtle point about this level. In that
I also didn't know until earlier on Twitter that he also ran Kirby Superstar.
flowers and coins, because tallying those up at the end of the score screen takes up time. So
Yeah,
one optimization to make is
Now he's just mount.
make sure that you avoid those things while still maintaining top speed.
Yeah, if you see the chalkboard on calculation
He
right
changed
now,
his name to
it
MT
takes time
Loves
to
Arn.
count up for stars, flowers, and coins. In fact, it takes 1 frame for every one that you collect, but it also takes 30 frames if you collect.
I think Poor's the only one who does that top route. I think it saves like literally frames, so I just don't bother.
If you have to collect 1 because of the way the level's laid out.
How nervous was I before the race? Man,
That big of a time loss.
I was pretty nervous. It would come and go in waves. Like,
Largely avoiding flowers.
my one friend giving that donation where everybody shouted Barbarian actually helped. It just kind of encouraged me. Oh yeah, there was the first death right there. Poor just kind of slipped
Very easy to die
off of the
on floor, for
platform.
sure. Obviously, lava, instant death.
And what you just saw Yamayu do and what Coulter is doing right now is he's hitting that pot that contains the key off screen, and it actually
Right here, this I still had some nerves. I'm gonna take a hit. I just jumped for no damn reason right into the Burt. I just like, okay. You just kind of see me shake my head, but like, I don't know what I was doing.
It saves his game.
That was just
but also
nervous
takes a couple of
fingers.
seconds to give him some more stars. So in addition to costing him frames at the chalkboard screen, it just stops. Yoshi's
So right now
progress in a
it's
couple of
Yamayu,
seconds.
me,
Generally
Calco,
speaking, these runners are
Poor.
not going to get any of the mid rings unless they absolutely have to. And that can definitely affect the routing. Sometimes you'll do stuff a little bit differently just to avoid the mid ring.
And
Granted,
Poor
in
gets
this
the
race,
double
You
tongue.
may see them played a little more conservative. Obviously, deaths are much bigger deals when you're racing against 3 other
We'll see how everyone's
players,
Burt
so
died.
We'll see.
So right now we're here on Burt.
Okay, Yamayu had a
First
decent
boss
Burt
fight in the game.
death.
It's pretty simple. You only have to hit him with, I believe, 5 eggs, 6 eggs.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to just sit, watch, and enjoy
It
it.
can be pretty finicky. You can see
I didn't, like I said, I didn't get to hear barely any of the commentary.
at the right time,
So,
thought it would. He could
and-
be forced into you.
I don't know. I just wanted to see how everybody else did, and just be able to experience it from this
I
end.
want to avoid making stars on the screen because any extra stars will make the game have a lot of lag.
Yeah, it looks like everybody had a pretty decent Burt kill.
X shots. The game kind of prioritizes stars in terms of its rendering, and they really complicate issues. So generally speaking, we try to keep those off the screen. And now that Poor is done with Burt, we're in 1-5, and I've done a lot of talking. This is a 3-minute long auto scroller. Sky, do you have any donations for us?
I know at some point early on,
We have $25.
Trihex made a donation.
He says, take time. Better week to come down with the cold. Shout out to everyone for the great entertainment. Let's kick cancer's butt. And on that note, we have exceeded $500,000.
$500,000, nice.
Okay.
I know it was early,
Yamayu is
so I'm gonna assume it's like during one of the auto scroll portions.
Technically, Chad caught it first, but, you know, just saying. Next, we have a $30 donation from Yoshi242. Will someone
Think
get
Try
these
was in
real
1-8?
kids
Okay.
off of me? I mean, Yoshi. $25 from Shiny D. I will never forget stealing the Yoshi's Island player guide from my cousin as a little kid and memorizing the names of all the bosses. Sluggy the Unshaven is still the best all these years later.
Hype for Sluggy.
$10 donation from Monty245. Yoshi is not a dinosaur, it's a Yoshi.
It's true, he is a Yoshi. And more importantly, he's also a Yabi, and Yabi is a horse. You can tell by the eggs that he lays.
Don't forget to get your donations in for that incentive, by the way.
Rip Yabi 2018, so close.
$10 donation from Anonymous. Long time watching, first time donating.
First time donating, 5th time watching, 4th time German. Here's $5.
$20 donation, appropriate for this stage, from Hopscotch, saying it's time to jump up in the air, jump up and don't be scared.
Interesting, Calco doesn't do the perfect flutter there. Not that he has to. I just find it interesting. I like seeing the little differences in everybody's route.
Every year, both because it's amazing to watch how these guys go through these games and because it's for a great cause. I lost my father at the age of 4 due to lung.
Yes, he did win the Super Mario World race. I was sad I didn't get to stay and see it live. That's one I'm definitely going to go back and watch on my time. I heard he had a pretty sick run, which was really good. Oh shit. Perham Furbottom with the 2,000 bits.
Is that you don't collect red coins or flowers.
Groovy, thank you. Congrats on getting 5-4 skip for the first time out, too. Thank you so much, Perham. You're awesome, sir. Thank you for the 2,000 Mr. Destructoids.
On, you know, an auto-scroller.
Yeah, fucking 5-4 skip. 3 people got it on the first try, and Poor got it on a second try. Like, that is absolutely amazing for a race. It's just, that doesn't happen. And that for it to happen at AGDQ was something else. That was something else. Spoiler alert.
When Yoshi gets an enemy in his mouth, you can choose to digest him or not. And if you digest him, you turn him into an egg, and you've probably seen lots of eggs already. You can shoot those eggs by
Come on, Strim. Hang in there, video.
and
Give us a little pause play.
Hasty is that kind of changes the way that you aim. So specifically, you press the A button to shoot an egg, but if you're set up with patient, you have to press the A button again to fire it, whenever the cursor is where you want it. Now, Hasty, you just hold.
Okay, so Yamayu failed the extra flutter and had to take the flower.
In your Hasty scheme, it'll automatically fire it kind of the same.
I didn't go for the flutter. I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that at a GDQ.
We call these shots neutrals, and we use them a
I look like Calco made it, though.
So playing on patient, it's a lot.
Which caught him right up to me. I want to see it. Poor probably goes for it. I find it hilarious that Poor and Yamayu use the method that I figured out, where shooting the egg for that. Or sorry, Poor Yamayu and Calco, if that's what I said.
Probably familiar with this level. This is kind of an iconic level called Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy.
Does he get it? He does. All right, so Poor got that real nice.
That you'll see in just a second. Well, things get kind of haywire. They're pretty much completely random. I would say the more
it's like Poor's drug-free. I know I didn't get through drug-free.
At all. It's not like a huge time loss. In fact, you lose about,
Calco got snipped a little bit there, but not too bad. Didn't barely lost any time.
The deal is that it turns everything into a slope, and so there's no really other way to put it. Yoshi is kind of drunk if he's just running along the bottom. So he kind of like weaves up and down.
Shout out to Yoshi being drunk.
So that's really the main way that you lose time with when you're fuzzy.
I'll drink to that. Damn, it's not. We're not even through World 1. I'm already down a beer. AGDQ's really helped my alcohol tolerance.
Yamayu enters the first castle of Yoshi's Island. This is Salvo the Slime will be the boss. This is pretty straightforward platforming here, but there's a lot of movement optimization. That's kind of the name of this game, is just movement optimization. There are some skips, a lot of up and over skips, but really just moving fluidly through the levels, knowing where to go. That's certainly the biggest time.
Let's see, Yamayu gets a... Okay, Yamayu does that kind of shot. Interesting, a little different method.
Shoot that switch to move the platforms without actually having to jump up there. And you see Colfer did it as well.
Yeah, a lot of different looking strats, which I think is good. There's a lot of ways to do this particular.
Looks like all three of us had a pretty good 1-8.
Glad that we're showing a few of them off. And as Yamayu comes up on Salvo the Slime, this is kind of different from Bert. This is actually a really frustrating boss, despite being the second boss in the game. I mean, there's like the most...
I was really happy to see that, like, that Poor especially was going for kind of the riskier, like, fun strats. Like how later on you'll see he goes for a insane trick in 4-2. Which you should never do in a run, but he did it for the show, and kudos to him.
That end up being
Kudos to
somewhat
both
consistent.
all the runners.
But that said, if you get
I think
hit
we
by
all
one
did
of
a
these
pretty
first
awesome
lines,
job.
then it could be pretty frustrating.
So good fight by Yamayu.
Yep, very good.
I believe Yamayu was going for
The one cycle.
optimization here, where if you fall down, you're
Oh, falling off. Yes.
Fucking chat still with Trihex, Jesus Christ. I mean, I expect it pretty much anytime Yoshi is shown on a public display. You always get all these people, where's Trihex? Why isn't Trihex running this? Where's the fucking, I don't know. They're always asking for the try hard. It's just like, he doesn't run this game anymore. He'll pick it up for like a week or two, once, like twice a year, and that's it. And it's just, ugh, gross. Yo, what up, Calco? How you doing, bud? Did you have a safe flight back and everything, Calco? Hopefully your return trip was much nicer than your trip to the event. Yo, Grategy. Thank you so much, appreciate it.
I can't believe Yoshi has been present every year since the first GDQ in 2010. On behalf of the Trihex community, we lend our energy toward putting all of this towards Bashi as bonus game because more runs of GDQ are always a good thing. Hope Super Dram World 2 gets met too. Very excited for it.
Just real quick, here,
Alright.
Yamayu, he's gonna jump this down.
Just in time, speaking of Trihex. The Trihex community, the tryhards.
On, like, grids, each
The people who get banned from chat for saying, where's Trihex?
when you
As soon as I was there, I made sure to come give you a follow. Well, thank you so much, Grategy.
There's a different transition right there, or value.
Yeah,
It was better? Excellent, glad to hear. Anything had to be better than your trip here.
And so in a different category of this game, we're playing Warpless. In fact, I'm glad that Trihex...
Well, thank you, Parab.
This is clearly not 100%. This is different. This is more of like a no...
Fortunately, nobody died. We could have done a real tribute to Trihex, and we could have all died in Tetris blocks, like fucking plebs.
You finish 1-1, but the game gives you credit for having finished whatever level you came from. But none of that's allowed here, so you'll have to go to the leaderboards to...
I love that Poor's doing the eggless aiming.
Yeah, so Yamayu just grabbed that Shy Guy to... He had to take out a missile in order to bounce on the one-up Fly Guy without getting hit, and that skips that really slow falling block section.
Yeah, you typically have to wait for 2 sets of falling blocks. And
I thought it was a Trihex tribute. Didn't he die during what was 100%? During his 100% run at SGDQ?
Yamayu again going with red.
Poor for risking stuff. I thought it was crazy how he died but still managed to keep a federal. Well, yeah, Poor is a fucking god. Fucking Japanese god. Poor could take like a couple of additional deaths and still be on your tail. He's insane.
Like when I was learning this game, this is kind of like the first tough level to learn.
Absolutely.
I agree.
It's kind of long, especially compared against the 9 levels that come before it. It's maze-like. There's a lot of places.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab beer number 2. I'll be right back.
There's some really cool stuff going on here, as you see with this extended flutter that Yamayu uses. He skipped yet another beanstalk that he would have had to spawn, which would, of course, take a little time. He then had gotten intentionally hit earlier so that this toady would come down from the sky, and he could eat him and then throw him up against the post and bounce off of him to get up and over. This is a major time save. This avoids having to transition into Baby Mario, and you have to go all back around the level. It truly is like a 30-second time save to go up and over there.
Oh, I'm sure, Calco, but I'm glad everything went better.
And then one thing that...
Yeah, Poor died early, and I don't think he ever got beyond 3rd place throughout the whole run. I mean, aside from early. After that death, he was either in 4th or 3rd. The whole time.
Instantly drop your speed to 0 and change direction.
Yep, you'll definitely see that at other points in the run.
Yeah, congrats on your win, Calco, on the Super Mario World race. I still have to go back and rewatch it, but I heard it was an awesome run, so congrats to you.
I'm not really sure if you need to go left or right, so when you're playing it casually, it ends up taking a lot longer, but of course, if you know where to go, the maze doesn't do much to you. So it's more about just not getting hit.
And looks like we might see a Baxter here.
Oh, almost the Baxter.
Close.
Poor over here. Just,
The swag.
Kind of a different strat for getting up and over.
Oh, he absolutely did.
It just involves kind of ticking.
All his deaths though were, well,
extended
the
fire.
1-4
It's
death
very,
was
very
really
small
pretty
time, so
bad,
if you get it
but his other 2 deaths were fairly short. He died in the very beginning of 4-2 and at the very near start of 5-4. So despite 3 deaths, like they weren't like that huge. It's not like he died in 5-3 or something where it literally eats minutes.
But he's going to go aggressive on this run.
It all adds up.
And as Yamayu takes on 2-3, and 2 of our other runners do as well, you can see
Me and Calco were like neck and neck for most of World 2.
They probably seem more random than they are. They're a little random. They're kind of, their spawn points are based on the camera. But
I had a pretty good World 2 up until 2-8. 2-8 kind of sucked.
When you
The
get
tricky
to,
thing about the Gusties is that they have deceptive hitboxes.
the hitboxes are a little wonky on the Gusties. Sometimes you think you're hitting it right on the head and you get hit, so it's strange.
Fucking Gusties. Like, worst hitbox in the game.
Mario. This is a good point.
Consistent your pipe glitches and the other arms, props to you for that. I do my pipe glitches a little different than everybody else. Everybody else tries to do their pipe glitches with both thumbs. I do mine a little different. I do it with one hand. I do like the horns, and I do it like this. I'll put it in both like this and just hit it at the same time. It's a little awkward because you have to do the setup for it, but it makes my pipe glitches way more consistent. I only do those for the 2-1 and the 2-8 pipe glitches. All the other ones I double thumb just because it'd be really awkward to switch hand positions that quickly.
To get into 2-4, we got a couple of tricks to talk about real quick. The first thing that Yamayu is going to be doing right on this next screen, we call it a gate hack. So there are these pinball flippers that are supposed to dictate where you are allowed to go. So you're not supposed to get through these pinball flippers normally. But if you
MT, you guys on the couch did such an awesome job with the commentary. Shoutouts to JP for taking notes.
Yoshi actually turns around.
But I don't know the text. What's pipe glitch? Pipe glitch, let's see if I can... I'll point it out again in 2.8. But sometimes what you'll see us do is when we go down a pipe, instead of going actually down the pipe, you'll see us jump, and then the screen transitions. That's what we call a pipe glitch. Essentially what you're doing is pushing down and jump at the same time, and it allows you to skip the animation for going down the pipe. It saves about half a second. But in 2 places, in 2.1 and 2.8, it actually will transition you to the next screen in where it shouldn't. Yo, what up, Pistol?
It's pretty clear that the devs intended to tease you. But if you know how to perfect flutter...
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't try to join in on the commentary. I had a hard enough time just trying to focus on doing my run. Trying to, like, turn around and talk to you guys would have been too awkward.
If you don't do that. So,
and JP and you guys did such an amazing job. You didn't need me on commentary. I had no worries whatsoever. You guys had it more than handled.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Bigger Boo works a lot like all the other Boos. He's only really active when you're not looking
Yo,
at him.
Mom CX, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
At him. So we just kind of come up with quick ways to hit him 5 times.
So 2-5 is probably one of the best levels in the game,
It's
for
like,
sure.
it's like the first really tough.
Yeah, MT, calling out the level as the best. Clearly superior level.
I don't know.
Yami takes the coin. I think I got that coin as well. Oh no. Did I get out of here coinless? I can't remember. Ah, no, I got that one.
Just a very, very choreographed level in 2.5 is.
Thought the chat down there was my chat? No, that's the GDQ chat.
At least I know he does sometimes. It's actually pretty tricky.
I like enjoying. I was gonna watch the YouTube video, but I wanted to see the chat.
I should say
it's part of the experience.
Maybe if you're not familiar with this game, it's not obvious which ones are the red ones. They do kind of blend in.
Yeah, pretty good 2.5.
You can kind of see that some of these coins are more like.
Yes, a lot of people. It was a little divisive at the beginning, but overall, I thumbs up to sub-only mode. It made it only 10, maybe about 20% the cancer that it normally is. I agree, chat is part of the fun, but it had gotten really bad the last year or so, and I approve of the sub-only mode. Yeah.
As we go into 2-6.
Sub-only chat was the fucking worst. Why do you feel that way?
It's a significantly long level. It's a maze.
Yeah, this was the first time they did sub-only mode.
The maze, it's not really much of a maze anymore.
I did feel bad for, you know, that they were saying free the plebs, free the plebs. I wish the decision didn't have to. I wish that didn't have to happen, but overall, I think it was for the best. It was just, chat before was just an absolute unreadable mess, which used to be kind of part of the fun of it, but it just was becoming absolutely ridiculous the bigger and bigger the event got.
You kind of want to leave this level with a...
Yes, absolutely. I agree, Pistol. Yo, DBX one hitter, thank you for that follow. You now DBX one hitter, the Barbarian. Thank you so much.
We're setting up a glitch in 2.7. It's going to be a sprite overload glitch. And so you need a certain amount of eggs just to make the sprite overload as fluid as possible. We'll talk a little bit more about it in just a second.
Those damn homophones.
Much trouble.
The jump at the end of the level to jump over the flower without slowing down.
Alright, so we're pretty, top three are pretty darn close. We're only maybe like 10 seconds apart from first to third. This was a really, really close race. Up until I died in 5-5. That deep.
Alright, so as we enter 2.7, this is, we're going to introduce the big egg mechanic. So you've seen skinny Shy Guys. Well, now on Yamayu's screen, you see a fat Shy Guy. And when you digest a fat Shy Guy, you get a big egg.
Interesting. Yamayu does like a flutter over the mills instead of egging. Now, I don't know if that's what he normally does, or if that was just nervous fingers for him.
It tries to render them whenever possible, including...
Or maybe that's just his patience strat.
So the
ooh, alright. That was close. Cleared that.
Originally, these have bullet bills in them, both of them, so you can't get through them. But by sprite overloading, you get...
Chat lost the shit though when Trihex came into GDQ chat. Fucking Trihex. Free the plebs.
And that saves about
I like it that way. You can't do anything meaningful. Jazz is more like 4K viewers anyhow. True. I would take any strats done in this as normal. Yeah, fair.
Yep.
Very fair.
Kind of like the first transformation that will deliberately...
Aw, no swag car from anybody. Rip. Of course, I say that, then like I would have been the one to get the swag car.
That unfortunately doesn't go faster when you press Y.
I agree to an extent, Mob CX, but it had gotten... It had crossed a threshold that was just... It was unmoderatable was the big problem. They would have had to have like 30 or 40 more people as mods in chat to keep all that stuff in check, and it was just way more work than they were willing to put up with.
Kind of an egg-intensive level.
Yeah, very. There's one section that we'll talk about when we get there.
Yep.
Your face and the Bloodborne run were your two favorites.
So 2.8 is it's a pretty technical castle. I think it's one of the hardest ones to me.
Easy to lose time in this stage.
Yeah, it's very easy to get hit.
What happened to Yamayu? He was ahead, and all of a sudden I was in the lead.
Stuff can happen. You'll see our runners all attempt a pipe glitch.
I heard JP say that I was in the lead, that I lost it like seconds later. Oh.
Can you save it?
Nice.
All right. Well done. Good save. Now Kolthor will take a lead there. Calco close behind. Calco, so this is the trade-off with the pipe glitch, that you have to press down and jump at the same time, and if down comes before jump, you go down the pipe. So unfortunately, when you do that, it is a time loss. And it's usually you're saving more.
Now right here on my screen, I don't understand what happened. I did what I always did, but for some reason, the timing of the bombs was really weird. And they don't, like I normally do the same thing every time, but that time the bomb hit me. I don't understand what happened there. Fucking pipes.
Yep.
Oh, poor cow.
There are ways to kind of choreograph the whole thing to where you can just push the pot all the way across and the missiles won't hit you, but
yeah, then fell to last again.
To use eggs.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that GDQ was shutting down like the pleb chats. I don't really see the need for that. I mean, lots of people like, yeah, right there I fucked up and I shot too soon or too late and hit the info block. Bye-bye, lead. It was nice while I had you.
So saw another lead change there. Kolthor accidentally hit the info block.
I was the one and only time I was in the lead.
That dialogue box takes a long time.
I don't understand, like, guys like Trihex and lots of people had, like, like pleb chats going. They didn't shut them down, but people made like specific channels for it and they shut them down. I don't understand that at all.
To take damage and get
Yami, had a good cookie. I had a terrible cookie.
But there is a tight window that you can jump and not get hurt. So obviously that's the optimal thing to do.
It's a 1-frame window. Yeah.
But you're never that upset. It's very predictable. It never shoots you in any weird direction.
Impersonation or breaking terms of service. I see what you mean. Okay, at least I had a good spike shot.
And this probably isn't the first time we've seen bandits, but in this pink...
Did anybody go for keyless? I know Calco kind of flutters underneath, but I don't think anyone went for keyless.
Very, like, fluidly take Mario away from you. And they can surprise you, and they run away, and some of the bandits are really aggressive, and they try to get away from you. They're very frustrating, and there's going to be plenty more of them later in the run.
So coming up on Roger here, what you're going to see Yami do is he's going to wait until the second flame, and then he's going to jump into the ghost, which pushes him backwards, and that just sets it up so that you basically just have to hold right, and you don't have to dodge any more of those flames.
Yeah, he did a great job, Calco. Everybody did so good.
Roger swiping at you. You're
okay, no keyless.
That's kind of the best that you can do. If he swipes,
I've heard people commenting that they think that our race was the best Yoshi at any GDQ.
On this by one of those flames that just doesn't quite go the right direction.
Calco living dangerously.
Yeah, it looks like great screen sync over here. Look at that.
Yeah, Calco, you and me with the screen sync. Look at that shit, that's hot.
Cutscene to watch, Guy. How about some donations?
Thanks, JP. We have a $10 donation from the Round Cube, who says, "Hi, nice to see Yoshi back at a GDQ, and good luck on the run. This should be a tight race on good pace with the top runners shown."
The Bloodborne run was pretty good.
$20 donation from Anonymous, who says, "Yoshi is a horse." Back over to you, Jay.
Yoshi is a horse. No, Yabi is a horse.
By the way.
You could tell by the eggs that he lays. All horses should be named Yabi.
We're going to enter World 3 right now. This level is called Welcome to Monkey Island. We're going to introduce monkeys and fish in this world. Both
and mud.
What's that?
And mud.
And mud, yes. New terrain. Monkeys, kind of like bandits, like I was just talking about, are really annoying. They can take, they jump all around the screen. Some of them are random.
Interesting, Yamayu doesn't go for the no red coins. Not that you have to, it saves literally frames.
But at the end of this screen, it's going to be kind of weird. So you're hoping to bounce off these monkeys just to get like super optimal movement. That one monkey didn't behave for Calco. I didn't see what happened on Kolthor's screen. I think Kolthor actually does a red coinless route through here. That is kind of an interesting thing because there's one red coin that you pretty much can't avoid without going out of your way to avoid it. Poor actually just did, right there.
Oh, Poor's going for the Brooklyn strat.
Fall off that post.
Interesting.
From post to post. Kolthor has timed this out, and he says it saves like 6 frames, but it does save like 6 frames. So you got to save the frames. And this last screen that Poor's on, these monkeys, they really aren't that hard to deal with. They're much harder to deal with in different levels. For the most part, you can just run through them.
Yeah, they're pretty... I don't know, they're not so much like noise canceling, they're just really thickly insulated. You can barely hear anything outside of them, which is nice, but they're kind of on the smallish side, so they barely fit my giant head.
Yeah, you'll see some cool egg shots here. 3-2 is a one screen.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem with these VODs is that they're just so goddamn big.
There's a lot of camera manipulation.
That's just a lot to buffer.
Like holding up to make sure the camera goes with him and is where he wants it. He's going to spawn this bridge.
Oh, that's interesting.
On Calco's screen, this is one of the very few times that we actually.
Whoa, Yami, you taking a hit there.
This run. I think there's only one other in 5-4.
Poor with a good egg shot there.
We're usually avoiding having to do that because you can see how it has to stop the game.
I went for the Baxter here, but I didn't get it.
So if you can avoid that, even if it's kind of slow to go around it, it still probably is time saver. But nobody looks like they had any major issues with 3-2. Poor's finishing up. And as we enter 3-3...
Pretty standard 3-2 for everybody.
Poor, as far as I know, this is Poor strat. he discovered a pretty significant time.
I'm
save.
pretty sure, I don't think
In this
Poor
level,
discovered
we
it, but he
transform
kind of
into a
perfected it.
helicopter. And that'll be coming
I know
up in a
Andy
second.
was talking
Also,
about
there's
that
a
people
passage
were aware of
that
this
Yoshi can't
helicopter
get
skip,
through,
but it was thought to only be done with
he's
the
like,
Shy
you know, the
Guy.
tall dinosaur Yoshi horse that he is.
Yep.
So if he gets into the
And
helicopter,
then someone
it's
figured
much
out to do it, just do it with the
flatter to
monkey,
get
and
there.
you can get multiple attempts on it.
But you traditionally have to go.
You think
all the way
Andy found the
across
strat?
screen,
Okay.
transform into the helicopter, which takes a couple seconds.
I know he was one of the first I knew to talk
And you have
about
to fly
it.
all
I
the
wasn't
way
sure if
back.
he figured it
He found
out,
a way to clip
or
through
if that
this
was just
thing,
something that he had
just
worked on.
did.
Nice. First try on Yamayu.
What happens is
I had to do a
when you
couple
go down, you,
respits
fall
for
off the
adjustment.
slope, You get stuck in this kind of crouching.
But I got it on the...
state, and
It
you
was
bounce off the
first
cliff.
try, but like 4
Yeah,
had spits
cool
for
looking trick.
placement.
And to any Yoshi runners out there, if you haven't learned it, you should.
Yo,
learn it.
Cujo!
It's not that tough. If I can
Coming
learn
in
it,
with that mighty host. Thank you so much, Cujo, for bringing your friends to join us in battle. You
yeah, it's nice that you
are a
get,
mighty
you kinda
barbarian,
get
sir.
repeated
Thank you so
tries at
much.
it.
We're rewatching the
I feel like you
AGDQ
could
race.
probably get 8 tries and you're still saving
Yeah, we're
time.
chilling, having a few beers,
But
just
yeah,
chatting.
That's all poor. That saves about 6 seconds of helicopter transformation.
Oh, okay, Andy figured out the monkey version.
He manipulated the camera by kind of.
Shoutouts to Andy Kuma. Wish you were there, buddy.
That it spawns the rotating spike in a different position, so you can skip a cycle that we would normally have to wait for.
Yeah, traditional route involves just damage boosting through it, just accepting that it's gonna hit
Been
you.
sick of shit the last few days? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Pistol. Hope you feel better, buddy. Be right back grabbing beer. That's what I want to hear, Cujo.
Certainly for me, were really tough to get a good handle on. The frogs kind of mess with you, and then the fish are largely RNG, and you just never really know. So I'm not sure if these runners. I kind of shoot anticipatory shots, sort of assuming the fish is going to be there. I very much plan my route out based on the worst case scenario. Looks like the frog cooperated with Calco there and with Colthor. If that frog does the wrong thing, you can be in for a major time loss on this screen. The frog will sometimes take Mario from you and jump under those stairs, and it's just a
Fuck that
disaster. You
frog.
go back and go under. It's terrible memories that I want to be done talking about, to be honest.
There's another frog lurking here too, so you can combo it pretty easily.
Very tough level, but very fun once you get it under your belt.
Does
and that's
Yamayu not
Frog
do the...
Resort, which
Oh, interesting.
is, I
Does
think
Yamayu
it's
not go for the stars?
game. At least the boss fight is. Nice. Calco got the what we call the godfish RNG.
Aw, you bastard. Getting that
Typically,
godfish.
You don't really rely on that fish giving you a nice fluid boost.
I'm
like
glad
that.
somebody got it, though.
You're gonna have to flutter over it. And you'll see sort of
What, the star-
all the runners
star route in
over this
3-4?
water, so they're chaining flutters.
Yeah, it's a
This is
good
gonna come up
strat.
later.
Yep.
Now, if you hit the water, you're just taking a bath and you can jump right back up. No big deal. It's not like you're going to die. Takes like, what, 8 flutters to get over that. Not a big deal for these runners. They can do that in their sleep.
Yeah, just jumping in the water and just swimming the whole way is actually only like 1 second slower than fluttering the whole way. So.
And they don't have to be perfect flutters like we were talking about. There's a pretty sizable window.
Oh,
there.
rip Yamayu. He got eaten by a bear.
See, a lot
Oh,
of the
nope,
runners
he's
shooting
back.
eggs at these crabs to kind of get through everything here, get through everything a little faster.
So one thing that Yamayu just did there.
I guess Yamayu just didn't get the early stars. No
In
big.
general, he's been collecting stars throughout this whole level, and the reason he does that is because there's a required mid-ring there, and because we're going to be getting the mid-ring anyway, it's fastest to just have as many stars as possible there, so the mid-ring animation doesn't take as long.
Yeah, whenever you hit a mid ring, it tries to give you 10 stars, and it'll wait until.
I'm pretty sure I think I got a 5 shot.
But the game
I'm not
caps
sure
at
who else
30,
did.
so if you're at 28, like Poor is right now, you'll see the game only pause for as long as it takes to get him to 29 and then 30. So the closer you are to 30, the faster it'll go.
Let's see.
And now Yamayu has entered Prince Froggy. Kind of the gimmick of this game for the bosses is the enemies get bigger. Well, in this one, you get smaller. We should definitely talk about this fight. About 2 years ago, Raven McQuick did a lot of research on this. We kind of thought that this was just sort of a 7-shot fight. Sometimes it would take 8. We didn't really understand
4.
it fully. But Raven McQuick figured out that
Nice.
Prince Froggy
5
has
shot from Yamayu.
1,000 hit points or something like that. And the amount of damage an egg does, it's all based on its velocity and its angle.
Oh, 5-shot from Calco as well.
Degrees as possible.
Wow, 3 people with 5 shots. That's fucking insane. Jeez.
Definitely tricky to
What is this? We were just nailing these strats.
They get faster, the more damage the Prince Froggy gets.
So what happened to Poor?
Previously, this was like a trivial,
Did he take a hit?
super easy 7-shot fight. Now it's a pretty predictable, reliable 6-shot fight. And every now and then you get a little lucky and you make it a 5-shot fight. That's as much as we think.
6 from Poor. Okay. Kind of a long 6, but that's alright.
It takes about 4 seconds, so it's a significant time save.
I absolutely...
On 3-5, we have a... you can probably
Now, Calco actually did it pretty decently there, but I hate that strat that a lot of them do with the just go with the first egg. I've whittled myself down to 3, which I just find way more consistent. Every time I see them go for it, I see them stumble, get stuck on the foam, and I'm not convinced. Yeah, perfectly, it's faster, but it's so inconsistent that I don't like it. See, like, look at what, like, Poor. He took the 1 and he's just stuck behind foam, and I see that happen all the time.
He was kind of pre-aiming a shot to take out that Shy Guy, but...
And that's cool, you guys go for it. I just find it so inconsistent, I just don't like it.
Yeah, pretty tough.
And it's not worth the possible time save. It's just the risk for reward for me is not there. It's a cool shot if you can nail it, but maybe one day when I get my practice ROM cart back, get a working one, which apparently is looking good. The repo cart thing might actually work. So, but it's going to take a couple weeks because he has to order parts from China. But maybe when I get that back, I'll actually try some of these strats. But right now it's just too much of a pain in the ass for me to practice. Yo, Quarthian, thank you. Thank you so much. It was indeed a very nice race. Calco, when is bottom route?
So you just kind of take one of these mice with you and you bounce off of it for an extended flutter, and you sort of bypass a bunch of flutters at the top. It doesn't save a ton of time. It saves like a second and
Rip
a half.
bonk in my head.
Just bonked his head, which cancels the flutter.
Yep, if you bonk your head, just like you said, you're not extended fluttering anymore. It is a significantly harder route. There's kind of more moving parts to it, but once you get it under your belt, it's not too bad.
One important thing about the strat to note is that the movement of the mice is dependent on how many eggs.
So it's his hunch. Hey, it's the furthest we've gotten so far. I really hope it works too.
It's a really weird thing to learn if you don't know it, because you'll start that, like when you practice that level, you'll start with 0 eggs, and then the mice won't behave the way you think they should, and like the way that they do in runs when you just naturally have eggs.
I can't say shit about bottom route. I did top route for so long. Oh, that's interesting. Yamayu does kind of a late monkey spit. He uses the monkey to get that last jump.
And frankly,
oh, Calco, you son of a bitch with that godlike fish RNG.
The number of fish that
man.
seems random. It seems like you definitely
I had decent fish RNG, but man, I got the last fish, which is always nice. Calco with a god tier fish RNG though.
Fish can just really ruin your day. We're gonna see him a lot.
Let's see how Poor does.
In World 4 as well. Sometimes you just get hit by a fish and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Oh, no last fish for Poor.
I was hoping there would be some type of visual cue, like tips off the random.
Plebs deserve chat too. Yoshi knows Dewey. Fucking Dewey meme. Love over easy eggs. Why do people talk about over easy eggs?
It's really nice.
Is this the first time I've watched the race? Yep. Yep. Aside from, being in it, this is the first time I've got to sit down and like actually see how everybody did. And I like to listen to that sweet commentary that the couch did.
All of these runners are exiting with 6 eggs for a reason.
Yeah. So you want to have a 3
Poor with the big D.
level. This is Naval Piranha's castle. You're going to encounter right off the bat here this ghost that's kind of taking up.
Why did Yamayu kill an egg? That was weird.
Shoot him, and you need 4 eggs to do that. So you need at least 4 eggs. He'll spit enemies at you to help you defeat him. But if you just have the eggs, stopping faster. Once you do that, you're just kind of going through the pipes here.
Hot D.
Pretty much forced to get
That's it.
on the screen.
Yeah,
Sorry.
most runners will get 3 here. 4 is a very safe number. 2 would be a pretty aggressive number. But 3 is kind of where most runners have landed.
So you'll see you fall off and go to the left here, and that just gives you like a nice little boost that kind of just sets it up perfectly. So you can
That's interesting. I need to go back and watch what Yamayu did there, but it actually allowed him to keep. Well, no, it didn't. That's fine. It's
You'll
just
see
normal.
Calco kind of get really ahead
whatever.
of this ghost as he shoots him. You'll see Kolthor do it in a
I
second.
like poor strat here. I need to learn
Ghost
this.
kind of wants to grow when you get there.
Because I know later on he does like a
Show his
jump
feathers to you.
yeah, it starts off
over
slow.
the green piranhas to get his second
But if you
egg,
can
second
get him while
extra.
he's still small, he'll go back to nothing.
I mean, he could have a big
Now,
D
this is the
too.
most
Not
important
saying
thing.
he
We're gonna
doesn't.
see- This is the only quick kill.
Oh, damn, he
in
took a
this
hit
game.
there.
It's designed this way. As you see, Calco got it on the first try. He actually gets. He gets.
Calco
ahead
taking the
of
lead.
Kamek
What a boss.
iteration And is able to hit Naval Piranha before Kamek can make him huge. This is the best thing in this speedrun because the Naval Piranha fight is very long. I mean, it.
Thought the couch was very informative and you liked it. I agree 100%. They did an awesome, awesome job.
Really not optimally.
It is a minutes long fight. Like I would say at least 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Great music, but very long.
And with that, Sky, we're just watching cutscenes.
Shout out to poor catching up. I know, right? Fucking
Yes, sir, thank
god.
you, but also congratulations to all 4 runners for getting that boss gift. That's awesome. Alright, so speaking of love for the runners, we have a $50 donation from Anonymous who says, pulling for Kolthor in this Yoshi's Island race. Let's go. Put the money towards announcer's choice. Back over to you, JP.
All right.
Shoutouts from the
World 4,
donations.
I think World 4 most runners with 3 is kind of the difficulty really starts ramping up here. 4-1 is really fun. It's a kind of pure platforming stage. You'll see that Calco, all the runners kind of have this dance that they execute that just plows the road for them, so they never really have to stop for all these enemies. Very
God, we were all so close.
on the second screen, we'll see the return of Fuzzies. We'll see them one more time later on in the run, but
Even with deaths,
stakes are
Poor's
raised
not
quite a
that
bit
far
with
behind.
Fuzzies.
Guy's
You
insane.
don't have much that you
Poor
can
did Baby
do
Mario skip.
this
Nice.
time around, unlike in 1-7. So if you get fuzzied and you land on one of these platforms, sometimes you'll just run right off.
Do I play on the
Sometimes
Japanese
you'll play
card? Yeah, we all do.
It's really not
It's a little bit faster.
Yamayu
Just because there's less text to
was the first
scroll.
platform there, but
Oh, geez, I
fortunately
missed it.
he was able to jump off of the post before running off.
Many runs have died there.
Yep.
From
You
just
learn.
flipping through.
You definitely just have to learn to deal with.
Oh, did somebody
weird
clip
luck
through?
like
I
that.
missed it.
And then you'll see kind of this transformation into Baby Mario is not technically
Aw.
required. There is a way to.
Poor
skip it.
almost got through drug
You
free.
may see Poor try it. I don't know. It's very tough. It's a very
Rip video player.
tight window. It doesn't save even that much time, mainly because Baby Mario, like I said earlier, can run. Poor is going to try this. So this is pretty tight.
And does he get the one flutter? No, okay, he does go for the extra flutter.
Got it.
He's,
Well done.
he's got it.
And then
And he's-
saves about
yeah.
half a second.
And it's kind of not over. Like, he still needs to flutter off those Koopas. So Poor's having some fun here.
Shoutouts to Poor, being behind, doing the cool strats. First platform, but he landed on a post. Oh, nice. Lucky. Oh, come on, player.
How much time did that save? Like a second or two?
About half a second.
About half a second, yeah. So kind of risky, but very cool. Boy, as we enter 4-2, I really just want to see what Poor's going to do here.
Yeah,
we've been
Poor
watching
going
Yamayu
for
in
this
practice.
strat.
Poor has some very
I don't. How much time does this save if you execute it right? I don't even know what the potential is there.
That Kolthor just went through. It looks like Yamayu did the traditional thing. Very interested to see what Poor does. I hope he shows off a trick, but I'll tell you, they're very risky to do. So I wouldn't blame him if he.
It loses time.
Kind of conservative. No, he's gonna go for it. So he's gonna try to get an extended flutter.
Oh,
So he bounced off the Koopa Troopa to get an extended flutter, the big one. But he also had a shell in his mouth, which he wanted to shoot off the wall and then bounce off of to get yet another extended flutter. But unfortunately, you have to do that blind.
I don't know why I didn't go for the
What
Baxter
that
there.
skips is having
I
to deal
usually
with the
do.
staircases that you see right now. It saves a little bit of time. Obviously, the risk that you run is instant death.
Rip swag.
Incredibly difficult.
Shell jumping is difficult enough when you can see Yoshi and the shell. To do it blind is...
Let's see how everyone did with the
I
shell
love
jump.
that he at least gave it a shot. I am very happy to let the world see that very inventive strat.
Okay, Calco needed an extra.
Seeing a very nice one on Calco's screen right here, and on Yami.
Yami's looks
This
good.
shell bounce is,
Nice.
as far as I know, another poor strat. We did not do this before poor hit the scene. And it doesn't save a ton of time, but it does save a little. Normally, you would have to be waiting for these kind of balloons to spawn from the bottom.
This one goes the only one who went for the TIA.
There are kind of ways to make it.
It's true, I did miss it by a few pixels, but
not have to wait for 'em.
I was mad about that. I was about ready to reset my console.
When you hit them with
The whole damn race was invalid. Confirmed. Cujo's right.
You have no hard box or no hitbox, so you have half a second to shoot the front end and get through. So basically, if you slow down at all, you're gonna get hit.
And
The nice thing about this
Poor
showdown
gets
is
up there
even when
too.
you get
Good.
hit like Poor did, the game typically is going to give you an extended flutter anyway. Like sometimes it doesn't, but usually it does. So even when you get hit, you can at least still like not die.
1, 2, 3. Calco, Yami, me.
That forces
And
you
Poor
to-
not far behind.
I believe that as long as you have enough height, even if you get hit, you're still saving a decent amount of time.
I know.
So-
We all get 5-4 skip, but nobody gets TIA. What the
Force
fuck?
just did with the shell.
Jesus Christ. We are all failures.
Calco's in the lead here. I think most runners.
Yo, what up, Lucky Charms?
Hardest level of the game. It's certainly one of the longest. Good time for this.
Man who is Mega Man, one is video gameplay. Fight for
Fort
pleb
is a
freedom.
Cool fort. The main gimmick here is that you need to collect 4 keys to progress. Get it? 4, 4, 4. There's lots of 4s going on. The game kind of it divides the.
Also, you fell in love with me.
into quadrants. There's like upper left, upper right, lower left, and lower right.
Thanks.
And you can do them in any order. It truly doesn't tell you to do them in any order. You can choose whatever you want. But because we need to get through the game as fast as
When is the
possible,
League of Legends speed run to bronze 1? Jesus Christ, these people.
Every key you hold takes up one of
Band
your
level
eggs.
in
Limited
China.
to 6 eggs. You can't just have 20
That's all
eggs or
loose
whatever.
for.
You can have a maximum of 6.
everything.
If you're holding a key, you can only have a maximum of 5. And if you're holding 2 keys, maximum of 4. So
Let's see.
by the time you get all 4 keys, you need to not be needing.
I almost got the
So
clean
this
through.
which can be really annoying to learn. Is
whoa.
definitely the one that requires the most eggs.
Not the
So
best
we like
block
to have
clear.
all the slots
Not the
available
best
for
top right. Oh, look at those axe spams. Yeah, Fiddle and
It's easy
Crayson.
to accidentally bounce off one of these bandits into the spikes, and if you hit the spikes, you not
Well,
only
thank you so
hurt,
much,
you
Lucky.
die.
Appreciate it.
So you
So go down to DC again and claim your conquest, good sir.
you may have also seen our runners intentionally skip that middle ring that was right in front of their face when they came into this room.
Actually, I'll be in DC on Sunday. I'll be at the Caps game.
You kind of hope that you get through a couple of rooms just in case you die in the later room.
Making the mother of all omelets. Fucking chat.
Also gives them a chance
+1 +1 equals I know the way.
that which saves a bit of time, but it's a very tight window to actually do so.
Collateral cold for damage.
Like you just saw on Kolthor's screen, just more of the same here, where you kind of use
I
the
did go
ball
for
in order to
bucket
get an
skip,
extended
but I
shot.
had to abort.
Typically,
I had
what you want to do is drop all the way up to the bottom.
You might as well. No shit, Lucky
One of these
Charms.
rotating, cookie arrow platforms back
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the
it's also-
Capitals
I
and
think it's risky to
Flyers
do that because
game.
The spikes are down there, and it's kind of hard to land on the cookie. It's really weird.
Okay, so Yamayu just attempted a very difficult trick called bucket skip, where you can skip using the bucket to go under the lava or to go past the lava. The issue is that you have a very tight window to actually flutter through it, and he was going to fail the strat, so fortunately he shot the bucket down as a backup anyway.
Yeah, kind of a nice insurance policy. Obviously, if you don't have that bucket and you fail that trick, you die.
Your aunt is a
So that's
Flyers
either the
fan?
Beginning of the level or the middle ring.
Well, your aunt is a Flyers fan? Does she live in the US?
And just kind of a cool example, I would say Calco's doing.
Or almost got it, but
Or gave it a
he
shot.
missed the perfect flutter.
So Calco's
Hurricanes all the way?
Traditional routing through it, you do.
Nope, she lives here.
Top right, bottom
That's so
right,
random.
Top left, lower left.
She's
But
just that
not
kind of
really,
person. She's just that rebel.
So just
She's
kinda,
just like, oh, you all root for the Canadian teams? Fuck
you
you.
know, nothing's really imposed on you in this level. You can do it however you want. I imagine Yamayu just kind of wanted to get the risky trick out of the way.
90-year-old camward.
And yeah, once you have all four keys, you just kind of go through these rooms. You get a few more save rings, which
You live like 10 minutes from the arena, and my friend with my hockey team and I split tickets. Nice.
Yeah, no save rings. And that'll take us to the fight with
I think
Mild.
somebody got triple. I went for triple. I almost had it, but for some reason they didn't line up right. I had kind of a crappy Mild fight.
Here is that every time you hit a Mild, he divides himself into two. So you'll see Calco go through this pretty quick. See if he goes for a triple.
He's gonna go for the triple.
Nice.
Triple.
Very nice.
Oh, almost. That last little Mild.
To clean the rest of them out with the egg, but still getting the triple is very good.
Yamayu having a little bit of a rough fight. I didn't have that much better of a fight.
Let's see if Colthor can get it.
Just a double.
Very close.
Fucking baby Mario getting in my way.
Yeah, Colthor's egg.
Lots of stars kind of getting in Colthor's way. That's another reason why you want to avoid making stars whenever possible.
Yeah, and Baby Mario can be annoying too, because if your egg hits him, it'll.
Hurricanes still have more championships than the Capitals? Can't fault you there. Fucking Capitals choking in the playoffs every damn year. Finished first in the entire league last year, and they fucking choke it to the fucking Penguins. God.
The level's designed for you to roll this boulder.
I'm not so much mad that they lost, but it's like double mad that they lost to the Penguins.
You're escorting Mario and then also this boulder.
How'd poor do on Mild?
But with extended flutters, with the magic of those.
Same thing that I did. I didn't quite get the triple.
You know, it doesn't save as
Better
much
egg shot
time
though,
as you
so.
would think, but it is still certainly the fastest way through.
So you're gonna see Calco.
Add me on Twitter. I'll buy you a beer at intermission someday, dude. That'd be fucking sick.
There's a pretty easy backup. There's a Shy Guy.
Yeah, my Twitter link is down below. Go ahead and add me, and I'll add you back.
Because it can be difficult to recover from it.
Things can sometimes snowball.
And cross your fingers. It's actually very easy to get a bonus challenge if you get out of rhythm here.
If you don't already follow me, let me see
Seems
here.
like we're okay.
Yeah, depending on when you spawn, you can spawn in the goal ring at the wrong time, and that sets you up to get the bonus.
Yeah, I should maybe talk about.
What's your Twitter handle?
Every flower
You like the Penguins, you poor soul.
One of 5 spaces on that kind of roulette wheel.
Fucking crybaby Crosby. You follow me already? Alright, sweet. Then that should be
it'll land on
easy.
either empty or flower. And if it lands on flower, you get a bonus challenge, which is great in the game casually, because you can get extra items, but when you're speedrunning, you don't really need those items. You don't want to do it because it just wastes time. Obviously, much more prominent in the 100% category, where you have to collect all the flowers and avoid these bonuses, but
I'm gonna assume that's
it
you.
can still be an issue in Warpless.
Yeah, that's gotta be you.
Basically, in any percent, you never want to collect any more than 2 flowers, because if you go in the goal ring full speed, it'll land on like the bottom left empty flower tick.
Do you have fuck the GOP in your Twitter description?
4-6, there's a lot of RNG in these underground sections on 4-6. I know when I play, I actually have a couple of like preemptive shots. I just sort of assume the fish.
Sharks choke just as much as the Caps.
In particular, that Calco just passed can be very trolly. Kind of the optimization in this room is getting through that crab as fast as possible.
I'll cheer for the Sharks if the Caps don't get in.
Looking good through that screen. And I love the final screen of 4-3, which is what we're on now. Everybody kind of has their own dance through this. There's a bajillion ways that you can get through this, and none of them are faster than the other, which makes it really fun. Just definitely sort of everybody get through their own way.
Fast 4-6 crab. Normally I go for it, but for some reason I just panic fingered and spit the Shy Guy out, the second Shy Guy out, because I normally go for the fast crab kill, but I panic fingered and spit him out.
If you were watching Colthor's screen just now, you may have seen him kind
You
of...
sure do? Alright, then that's definitely you I just followed.
He's doing that to set up a trick that we're going to talk about for 4-7 here. So we call this...
Shoutouts to Poor, being the only one to get Chicken Baxter.
What we're going to try to do is, so you'll see on Calco's screen, he's going to get these chickens in his egg.
Wait, what?
Now, the chickens kind of
Donation instead of...
act more like boomerangs. So like when
Wait,
you
where
shoot,
was
they
it?
come back to you.
My egg puns are scrambling your mind. Poor with the balls. Everyone has a problem with it. It's too easy. Blah, blah, blah. Don't egg on them. According to this guy, this game is about dance.
But there's a way that you can
All
kinda
this
trick the
pasta
game
means
to
one
allow
thing.
you
Somebody
to
touch me
to
spaghetti.
4-8. And we'll talk a little bit
Goes
more
for the
about that as
win,
we go.
yeah.
Can either of you possibly describe how this works? Because I'm not very good
Yeah,
at the technical details here.
he enters the screen with a very
I'm sad for Paul.
specific egg order, and then he's
I
going to
block
those
people
eggs.
if I don't agree with them. I do
Egg
not have a
chicken.
spine. Oh my god, these people.
Let's see what Yamayu does here.
This is a frame perfect.
I'm about an
He
hour
needs to
away
cancel-
from DC.
he needs
I'm
to
on
cancel
the
his
other
shot
shore.
immediately as he goes through
I'm on the
the
eastern
doorway.
shore of
So
Maryland.
we'll see if Colthor can get it. Obviously frame perfect, so it's, you know, it's a 160 or so, but yeah, no, not quite. Not
Hard
quite.
trick.
We'll see if Poor can get it.
Poor can get Chicken Baxter.
And yeah, so just big credit to Andy. This does not really take any time. There's like very little risk to going for this trick, at least. And
That is not how a chicken acts.
10 to 12 seconds on the Ultimate World 4 boss fight against Hookbill the Koopa. The reason there is that the game isn't really prepared
Only been in one
to
Capitals
have
game they
a
lost,
fight
which kind of
chicken.
sucked. Aw, rip.
And so the chicken ends up doing damage constantly while it's on Hookbill. And we'll describe it a little more. when we get to
Poor
the
got
fight.
Chicken Baxter.
Nice.
Yeah, Poor getting the
So
chicken
we'll be able
Baxter.
to see why we want to bring the chicken into 4A in the first place.
We will definitely be talking more about this trick.
Chicken
So
get.
You saw Yamayu do a shell jump there in order to skip grabbing like an arrow lift or a stair cloud or something.
Yeah, you kind of forego two things there.
Yeah.
You can get that arrow lift, even though you're not supposed to, and avoid the stairs, or you can take a shell and avoid the stairs and the arrow lift. So the big thing for Poor here is just keeping this chicken. It's actually kind of tricky to keep the chicken
Yeah.
through this entire level.
There is more to it than you have to kind of.
Interesting, he doesn't. He has a bit of a different chicken route than I do.
Sometimes it'll run away.
I typically cycle the chicken to the front and then neutral him as I'm going under that one rotating spike to put him to the back.
I'm sorry, a spike ball winding.
You all
shot
baseball
guy.
fans too? I'm not really into baseball myself. Everyone, someone else in chat might be. I find baseball a little dull.
The Hookbill fight as Calco enters it right now. We're gonna take a run-of-the-mill Koopa Troopa, and
Play college ball, nice.
we're gonna take a normal old Koopa Troopa and make him huge. And the way this fight works is you kind of have to hit Hookbill 4 times with an egg to get him vulnerable, and you ground pound.
Born
his
and raised in
stomach
Arlington
3
here.
times,
Nice.
to finish him off. So this is a very egg-intensive level, and kind of the difference between having the chicken available is that every frame that the chicken is on Hookbill, the game counts that as an egg hitting him. So it just very instantly in 4 frames gives you the requisite damage. I would just say concentrate on Poor's screen right now.
Yeah, you'll definitely be able to tell how much faster using the chicken.
Interesting, Calco doesn't go for the ground pound method. Not that he has
I
to, it's
personally
not
love
much of a
any
time save.
that I get to use the chicken because I am personally awful at this fight normally. I just feel like the hitbox for the eggs.
59-14 Hookbill in a
Egg
marathon.
too soon.
Sick.
Kind of burn an egg and it won't do any damage.
It's kind of tricky to set up a fast hit.
59-22 for Yamayu.
Yeah, I'm excited for Poor here.
So now that you've seen how the fight normally goes, you'll see how it goes.
59-31 for me.
Definitely worth going for.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear you tore your UCL
Yeah,
pistol.
it's
Damn.
probably on the order of like 3 seconds per cycle, and so 3 seconds per 3 cycles.
Nice ramen shot by the metro station
And,
near
there you go. See you later.
Clarendon. There you go, Poor with that sick kill.
We are off to World 5. Sky, do you have any donations for us?
Absolutely. I have a 55
Career education, so you're not fretting. Alright, cool.
That says, very happy to see Yoshi's Island at GDQ again. It's always been one of my favorite classics. Best of luck to all the runners. Here's $54 because I'm looking forward to seeing the 5-4 skip. Next
That
up,
donation, a
we got
$54 donation.
All right, as we enter 5.
Does World Record have chicken? Yes, it does.
Just called Blizzard with 3 exclamation points. This is kind of where Lakitu starts mattering for us. We kind of use the Lakitu cloud to pretty much skip this entire first screen. I've heard that it's actually faster to go through it or something like it's.
With like task level movement.
Okay,
so
okay.
Requires very precise camera manipulation so that the boulders don't get in your way.
The second screen's a little more interesting.
Ooh,
We're gonna
Pistol
plow
the
road a little
pitcher.
with these lantern dudes, and you need to plow these icicles that are going to be hanging off the top. Normally, Calco wants to hit that one first try. Those icicles can actually hit,
Nice egg shot by Calco, clearing that one spike.
A little too much. It's a little tricky. And this final screen that Calco's on right now, this is a nightmare screen when you're learning to run this game. There is so much going on. There's a green piranha plant that you clipped through right there. You didn't really notice there was a cactus that was being spit at you.
And there's
fake flowers that you bounce off of, and if you just bounce, you go right into the piranha plant. It truly is bad.
It's
Yeah,
very easy for the piranha
I took a
and
hit
cactus
there.
and cactus to just kind of kill you.
It snowballs very quick.
It wasn't too bad though.
Okay, nice pun.
Yeah, speaking
Ratchet
of
15
speaking of
strikeout.
snowballs,
Damn,
actually,
damn, that's nice.
Coming up to 5-2.
I'm not much of a baseball guy, but even I know that that's pretty sweet. Rip player.
I better talk about the snowball because you're not going to see the snowball. You'll see the snowball at the very beginning. The game wants you
One
to,
hit,
try
5
to
Ks, 1
block,
walk.
so it wants you to
Damn.
roll this snowball across the entire screen, and it gets bigger as it rolls,
BRB.
as snowballs do. But that is a little slower than just going through all this stuff.
Oh, looks like the stream paused itself. How nice of it.
So Calco's going to try a perfect flutter there, and he got it.
Led the bullpen in case standing inherited runners forced outs as a freshman
Yeah.
before I
Just in case he
subjugated
doesn't
my
get
shoulder.
The
Damn.
perfect flutter, he can still get an extended flutter off the penguin. And what you'll see Calco do now is try to hit these.
Worst
clouds.
sports injury I ever had was I dislocated my right shoulder playing rugby. My very short-lived rugby career.
All of those stars on the screen, combined with the number of eggs that Calco was carrying with him, that despawned a save ring at the end of that screen. And you might, I don't know if, I hope everybody despawns it, but you might see it on Coulthor's screen here. It doesn't save a ton of time.
I had like no eggs going into this, so I wasn't despawning that ring.
Save ring, yeah, like Coulthor just did.
So Calco got it, so that's nice.
Yeah, marginal time save, but certainly one worth going for.
It's actually possible to do this screen without the clouds, but it's very difficult and doesn't save much time.
Rip Yamau's signal.
Yeah, you'll see.
Cheers,
some cool
Yamayu.
fluttering off the penguins.
Very, very scary part to learn.
Oh, yeah,
Career
there's
ACL
dips
playing
under
football
there,
his
by the way,
sophomore
so
year,
it's
missed
not really
baseball that
bad,
year, then
but
blew your elbow out senior year.
if you
I
kinda
think
hit
you
that
did good.
penguin off from
Yeah.
the wrong direction.
You have
You
to
d-
be
You got some battle
Yeah.
scars. You know GDQ overlay is sensitive when Kill the Animals and Super Metroid have been removed. What?
You kind of get used to reacting.
Oh,
to it.
GDQ is overly
So let's talk about
sensitive.
5-3.
Not the overlay is
the
sensitive.
nightmare level of
Your
this
mom's
game.
speedrun 100% 10-second
This is
world
very
record.
difficult. There are just so many opportunities opportunities to die on these first few screens. Luckily, we have an up and over for most of this. These penguins are just
Invalidated, not
terrible
continuous
to deal with
stream.
if you're not going up and over. So a penguin doesn't hurt
Oh,
you,
these
but it
people.
sends you flying in a direction. It's sort of like a moving trampoline. So the less you have to deal with penguins, the better.
Lots of people were complaining for the lack of Super Metroid. It was kind of odd. Well, the only reason there was a lack of Super Metroid, and I've talked to the community, I've speedrun Super Metroid a little bit, but nobody submitted. The only thing that was submitted for AGDQ was a Super Metroid like randomizer, and GDQ was just like, no. And to be honest, after it was kind of a complete tragedy at SGDQ when 3 out of the 4 runners died to Fantoon. I think just the GDQ staff was like, you know what? I think Super Metroid needs a break, and I kind of agree with them. But mostly it's just to the fact that none of the SM community really submitted. People submitted a bunch of niche categories. Yeah, they definitely did. It was all like a lot of ROM hack submissions and like really oddball stuff. But I think we needed a break. Was it the old route? Ooh. I mean, granted, old route would have been more stable, but like, who wants to see that? Who wants to see like a 147 or 146 time? Yeah, I think it was for the best. I think it needed a break. They'll probably bring it back for SGDQ. Rip 100% map completion.
$1,000 from BK92. And BK says, top left guy.
Top left.
Up there, I think. Yeah, on one of these screens, let's say on the second ski screen.
Best donation ever. Top left guy.
You actually don't have to press any buttons. You will not die. You will get through the stage just fine. And I think there's only one button press that even makes that optimal. So
yeah, there's just one jump that speeds things up a little bit.
And then on the third screen,
all he does is spam leg dog
be a one-button
emote.
press screen if you want it to be. And then you can literally take
Does
your
Baby
hands off
Mario
the
have a
keyboard
mustache?
and do, I don't know, nothing else. You can
That $1,000 donation could have been 200 plebs freed.
And so now that we are on to 5-4, I mean, let's talk about it. We've got to talk
MT,
about
you're gonna submit one-handed
If
for
you have ever watched a run of
AGDQ
Yoshi Island,
2019.
you've probably seen this trick. It will skip a very prolonged auto-scrolling portion of a 5-4. And it requires very precise fluttering. It takes a long time to get comfortable with doing this trick. It'll be in a little while, but I mean, I really want to. I feel like the platforming here is straightforward enough that I want to really set it up.
2-player, 1 control. There we go. We got this. We can already do 5-4 skip. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
I've not ever really super tried it, but like I've never gotten it. I've gotten kind of close a couple of times.
We don't really know 2-stop. It was supposed to have it. MT was supposed to do his any percent run, and it just kind of fell through the cracks. They pulled us aside, did the interview, then it was just kind of. I don't know. It just kind of got forgotten, unfortunately. That's an interesting. Yamayu uses that Shy Guy to get extra stars instead of using him to bounce off of. That's a nice little strat. I don't know if that's really a time save, but it's still a nice strat. Probably works out about the same.
So I'm going to personally donate $25 for every runner here who gets this trick first try. Now, I don't know if they're going to, but if all 4 of them do, I'm going to double that. So
I don't know if it was ever a donation incentive. I'm not sure.
Reward these runners. Come up with some amount. If they get 5-4 skip first try,
It probably was. Your video is buffering. Shut up.
Some donations going.
Don't care.
And yeah, I know these runners can't hear me, but I guess this would be the normal serious time, but I don't know. Do you think they can hear it? Because these guys are going to be happy if they get it.
See what Taco's gonna do.
I feel like you guys should just go crazy whenever they get it.
Calco going first. Now, I didn't see what... I don't know if Yamayu goes for no Shy Guy or if he takes the Shy Guy. I know Calco does no Shy Guy. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, Yamayu does get the Shy Guy. Okay.
The hard part, I would say.
Yamayu's doing
JP loves the Shy Guy, apparently. These JP runners.
Calco.
Okay, there's... Here
Not
comes
home yet,
Poor.
Not home yet. Not home yet.
Now, Poor... They said Poor did die. I'm curious where he died. Calco makes it. Ah, there he goes. He dropped a flutter.
Calco relieving me of some of my money, and I hope yours as well. It looks like Yamayu is definitely going to do the same. Perfect. Excellent.
Yamiu's across.
Oh,
And
Cold Thor.
Cold Thor's got a great chance to do it too. Perfect. Excellent job, runner.
That's still insane to me. That's so that we all made it. 3 of us got it first try and Poor got it on the second try. Like that's that doesn't happen in races for Yoshi runs. That just doesn't happen. And for it to happen at AGDQ is just fucking insane. That is so awesome. I'm so glad nobody got hung up on that. I know Calco during the the preview race like last month, he spent like 10 minutes on 5-4 skip. He just got stuck. That happens. Sometimes you just get stuck on 5-4. So glad that didn't happen. Everybody got through it.
Yeah. So a 4-shot fight is optimal. I'd say as a runner, you're usually happy with 5 or 6. It's certainly not a perfect strat, but it's pretty
I turned a little early
start practicing.
for my first shot, and I had to readjust on Sluggy.
Yeah, there we go.
But I think it was still
All
a 6-shot.
Well done, runners.
And upcoming is my one and only death in 5-5. Fucking hell, he skipped.
I'm telling you,
That's really difficult.
that trick.
It's difficult to overstate how hard that trick is.
Yep.
And to have all 4 runners get it first try this is a testament to how good they are.
Tell it,
Great amount
IGB.
of
You
money
tell
to
it.
donate there. So
Yeah,
we've
Poor
missed the
up.
first
Is
screen
it?
5-5 here, but you'll see it on Cold Thor coming up here. This is actually really fun. It's a frustrating screen to learn, but it's once you get it under your belt, it's really fun, pure platforming. Just kind of knowing which of these Shy Guys to eat and spit out, and just
one
just
shot.
giving yourself an easy line.
Oh, he went a little too far on the
is doing
second
a
shot.
Somewhat risky strat here. Traditionally, you transform into a helicopter on this screen.
3.
But you can.
It wasn't
use
too
your
bad. That was like,
saving,
what,
but
7
you
shot?
can certainly take this alternate route. You're mostly saving the cutscene that transforms you.
I should have grabbed the ring.
Because the helicopter.
I didn't decide until like right there that I was going to go for it. I was initially going to take the helicopter.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I saw everybody else, I knew they weren't going to take the helicopter, so I was just like, you know what? I did not expect to bonk there. I didn't think I was going to bonk. And it wrecked me. Fucking, that's the part I hate most about that. Is it's really, because that corner comes down so far, the hitbox, like where the actual edge is a little deceptive, and it's not always 100% certain you're going to bonk or not bonk.
Switch, and you still have your extended flutter, which lets you get up to that platform with the piranha there.
Oh well.
It doesn't save much time, but
Considering that was my only death, like, it could have been much worse.
Now as we go on to 5-6, hey Skybills.
And now Poor is literally right behind me.
This is like
And I'm just like, we literally like match up after this because he gets this just fine. And then I'm just like, fuck it, taking the helicopter. I ain't doing that shit twice.
The artist and production crew, SpongeBob SquarePants here at Nickelodeon Animation Studios. You guys are pretty fast for a bunch of landlubbers. Seriously, we got a lot of candy riding on this thing. So get the anchors out of your pants.
Did they say that was Nickelodeon Studios donating?
$280 donation from Super Bruce.
Is that who they said donated? That's fucking awesome.
Donate to a charity of their choice. And I can't think of a better cause than this. No matter where you're from or what you believe, we can all agree on one thing.
They almost catch the NES Chardonnay or Cardinality's Dragon Warrior run. I did not catch the Dragon Warrior one. That one's definitely on my to-watch list. I heard that one was really good.
I had a run in with cancer 2 years back and made it out fine. It's not something anyone should have to go through. Let's end cancer. Donation goes to announcer's choice. $50 donation from Blustica. I recently lost my mom to a 15-year-long battle with cancer.
My dad is a sponge.
Since beginning her fight, I've seen advances in treatments.
Mr. Sun woke up and smiled at me. Oh my god.
That's why I have always found a chance to donate at each AGDQ, even if it was only a few dollars.
I want, wait, if you want to stop cancer, don't donate to AGDQ.
I'll donate another $50 if their announcer does their best Yoshi impression. Yoshi!
that one hype in the crowd. She's going, Yoshi! And you see that one little crowd.
Donate to save the frames, kill the Yoshis.
Gonna head to bed. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for stopping by, Clever Girl. Always good to see you.
$30 donation from Anonymous. First time donating. Just makes sense to donate while watching the same game that got
It's pretty much a human task bot. Oh, I'll have to go back and check that out. That's the only downside of being at the event is you don't get to see a lot of the runs. There's so much more stuff to do. But that's what VODs are for. You can go back and watch whatever you want.
A bowl of cereal. That little dude's running all over the stages once he gets a star marshmallow. $50 donation from Desi's12. Hi, GDQ.
Parisian player, thank you so much for the host. A true barbarian friend, as always.
Let's throw eggs to cancer.
GG indeed. Free the plebs.
$150 donation from Steve Meredith N3.
All they do is spam buff nerd.
Shortly after the AGDQ.
Fucking Caleb.
Love watching the runs, love the energy, love the crowd. Amazing people, amazing event. Please keep AGDQ going.
I don't have much of an opinion on Caleb. I never watch his stream. I just know he's like famous for occasionally like raging, and apparently the man does not own a shirt.
Alright, back over to you, JP.
I'm pretty sure I insulted myself when dying in 5-5. Probably. You probably saw me mouth fuck. I'm pretty sure I did that on a couple occasions.
He has 6 eggs. That's not going to happen. So this is kind of the game's way of making sure that you have eggs when it wants.
He doesn't like skipping the helicopter and might still be hesitating.
Sort of generate
Yeah.
So he makes sure to burn some eggs. He also doesn't want to despawn some very baseball throwing guys that help you kind of go through that section.
Yeah, I should have just done the safe strat and
Yeah,
just
so
not
on the screen, the one
you know, and
that's,
just took the stupid helicopter, but I was trying to not look like a pleb, and that's what I fucking get.
Piranha plants, this section can be extraordinarily laggy. And so you want to try to get ahead of those piranha plants, kind of similar to the naval piranha kill back in 3.8. You just want to kind of have an egg going right for him before he even gets on the screen. Needless to say, dying on 5-6.
How the fuck is that
It's
Mewtwo?
not great.
It's bad.
Poking
If we go
Mewtwo.
to 5-7,
Wasn't there supposed to be an 8% race afterwards? Yes, there was. Well, it wasn't supposed to be a race. MT was supposed to do it.
to deal with.
Yes, I do come in
If
second.
there were save rings, we'd probably skip them, but there are no save rings.
Yeah, MT was supposed to do it after the race, but it just kind of got forgotten. As soon as we were done with our race, they kind of shuffled us over to the interview and they packed everything up. And it was just kind of like,
him and where he started. So
okay.
he falls right now. He's dead. And
Yeah, MT had been practicing it all day. Dude was nailing it, and I was excited to see it.
Really annoying.
And it just kind of got forgotten, unfortunately.
Once you land on him, they can kind of eat.
Yo,
jumps.
Deadly Merc 47, thank you for that follow. You're now
And then
Deadly
this
Merc
piranha clip, this is
47,
the,
the
that is the
Barbarian.
nightmare.
Thank you so much.
It's not that bad once you get used
Forgotten
to it,
Yossi
but
Runner.
It can just
Rip.
really let you down sometimes, and usually it's when you're on PB pace.
Yeah, and there's nothing down there, so
There's nothing down there. You unfortunately you just can't recover from it.
Me and Poor still neck and neck.
We played nice for all of our runners today.
You
Yeah.
have to be
just
really
gotta-
comfortable with what you're doing there.
Yeah, and then this third, this last screen that Yamau's on, all of these rocks are falling rocks, and so it's very easy for your jumps to get through. We like to enter from the left, exit from the right, and as long as you're on the rock for a few frames, it'll be okay. But sometimes you spaghetti, and you just have to get that jump in before it's ready, and
gotta max out your APM.
it doesn't come.
Knuckles was an unnecessary and stupid
So we're on
Sonic
to 5-8,
character.
which,
There, I said
I
it.
think IGB told me yesterday, this is low-key like the best castle in the game. This is a lot of fun. You're kind of climbing, like you can
Which
kind of
staff
feel like
member?
you're already above Earth or whatever planet we're talking about here. You're kind of climbing all the way to the very top of Raphael the Raven's castle. It's really, there's not a lot of stuff to talk about. It's just pure platforming. It's very cycle-based. You'll kind of see Calco utilize these bullet bills that are firing at just the right times to sort of accelerate his way through the chimney there. Doesn't want to deal with those cannons.
Well, that packed up all the calls. Oh yeah,
Just
fuck
to be
that
from the
guy.
screen, the idea is you're
Whoever that guy
supposed to
is,
break
fuck
all
that
these
guy.
blocks to kind of carve your way. Once you
We
get
should all do. I thought about it.
to make that pretty easy. But it's also very easy to get hit by some enemies in that screen.
Yeah, the cannon, whether or not the cannon fires is kind of RNG. So
Is that faster to not flutter?
Same person was completely useless right before the AGDQ 2015 race. It's that same guy. It's that same guy. He tripped over the cable, shut down the stream.
So normally Calco would
What a
flutter
fuckhead.
off that Raven.
Good up section right before
And then
Raphael
that
by
time right there,
Calco.
that can be
That section's
it's very
that section's pretty tough.
so
You gotta be quick, but not too
everything
quick
is
because
on
then the
right
fucking
cycle,
screen
it's
wrecks
fast,
you.
And if it's not, you can really get into a mess.
some of those
Let's see how everyone's Raphael RNG
not
was.
get hit.
And we will see. So we mentioned in the Salvo fight earlier. That's kind of
Yes, you were correct,
in a
real.
game that doesn't have a. I don't know. I would say it doesn't have a ton of.
There was one normal TV and one really
This
small
is,
TV.
Also a
What?
case of RNG.
It was the worst case in the game.
Certainly the most.
He just what a
everybody is rooting
fuck.
for,
Jesus
is for
Christ.
Raphael to
Like
go
they didn't have
left.
enough fucking TVs.
If he
Like
goes
Jesus
left,
Christ.
It's just a
Oh yeah, big.
When left, because you can
I don't normally like gush. Like I'm not usually the kind of person who will like fangirl over people, but I would squeal like a Japanese schoolgirl for Big John.
Yep.
That guy's awesome. I completely wasn't paying attention to Calco's RNG.
50-50.
Let's see how Yamayu
There's
does.
a 1 in 128 chance that he doesn't.
And Yamayu gets a
I've never
left.
seen that.
Nice.
It's happened to me twice.
Is that really?
It's happened to me once or
Oh
twice.
god.
No spark.
Did he go right for Yama?
One spark. Okay, so good RNG for Yamayu.
So even if he goes right, we still have the fight pretty well choreographed. So it's
Not gonna lie, I was starting to tilt pretty hard right here.
Will stop before he
I was getting a little. I was pretty angry at myself after that death at 5-5,
because then you have to wait
and
for
I was starting to tilt a bit.
and change direction again.
So with a couple of our
Oh yeah, I've heard Big John's an awesome dude.
For the others to have good RNG, Sky, do you have a couple of donations? This is kind of a double-sized cut.
I didn't get to see him. I didn't see him walking around the event too much. For some reason, I kept seeing TMR sprinting to places.
Commentator's choice.
Everywhere I went, I always saw like TMR in like a dead sprint going somewhere.
We have
It was so funny.
$6 donation from Medibot212. Greetings from the global Yoshi's Cookie League. This game is reasonably esports, but it
man.
could use more cookies.
Yoshi's Cookie League.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Poor gets a left.
We enter 6-1. Man, the difficulty just really ramps up here.
Wow, Poor with
6-1
the
through
perfect
6-4,
RAF
I think, are the
RNG.
4 hardest stages.
I got one spark.
Nice, nice.
Very nice.
I like your happiness at 5-4 skip 2. Dude, how could I not be happy?
Separating.
It was like, we all nailed it.
6-1 through 6-4, I think, is the most difficult.
Goofrey! With the 5-month subscription. Thank you so much, Goofrey. You
To the rest of the game.
are now the mightiest barbarian. You, Goofrey, are the mightiest. Thank you for that sub.
In the second screen here, these chain chomps can be real jerks sometimes.
Yeah, Golden was always good on the mic.
Egg kind of causes.
I think this was Big John's first year doing like announcements. I thought he did a good
The
job.
lag right there.
He's always just chill as fuck.
They're sort of random. It's based on the camera. They're usually.
But is the Mexican runner? Fair enough.
Sometimes they can get into a pattern that just really ruins your day, though.
Yeah, most patterns you can just hold right, but there are a few patterns that will kill you if you hold right. So
Oh,
you need to know-
nobody. I don't think anybody noticed. But in 6-1, I almost died, and I had a sweet ass recovery. At the very last chomp, at the end of the chomp section, he caught me, and thank God I had the toady in my mouth. I was able to upspit him and get out.
very many pixels to actually walk on that platform.
Yeah, typically you.
Spike Vegeta, your favorite, so nobody.
For bouncing off the Laguni.
Golden wasn't allowed to announce anymore.
He was willing to land, canceling that
Yeah, I thought it was weird that he like actually had time to consider joining us for the race. I thought he'd be busy doing stuff.
That'll take us to 6-2. This is called the Cave of the Bandits. We've been talking about bandits a little bit. They are
But
just a terrible enemy.
I got his signature on my
In this
plaque.
stage, they hide behind these mushrooms. They're not so bad to deal with once you know where they all are. But this stage is definitely a frustration point for casual players of this game. Really, anytime bandits are involved, it's bad times.
All right, right here.
But it looks like Calco is doing.
Oh, sorry, not right here.
Coinless route,
In a little bit.
This kind of, I think the red coinless route kind of resurfaced about a year ago or so. It's pretty
Right
easy
here.
to avoid the red coins. It does take a.
I slipped and I was able to like. I just barely saved it.
Too bad. I imagine all four.
I do hear the people clapping. Yeah.
And that'll take us to the.
That's one of the few things you can't hear. I can kind of hear JP's like muffled voice.
A lot of things. Baby Mario should be
And but I do hear the crowd clapping.
So that saves, not that.
I don't always know what they're clapping about, but I can hear them clapping.
A ton, but it certainly saves a few seconds.
Absolutely. And then this flutter at the end here is a little scary. You can do it in just one flutter, and it looks incredibly close.
One thing about getting that that up and over with Baby Mario is that does preserve the red coinless route. You would normally have to, you're forced to collect a red coin if you don't get it. So Yamayu also having a good time with Baby Mario.
Let's see what he does.
Yeah, I mean we were pretty close. At the end of the race, we all finished within 2 minutes of each other.
This is one of the fastest levels, so that's great.
Or I'm like, you're paying the whole bill.
It's very often not that bad. Most of the ways.
Can make any Judas here definitely have lots of fun.
That's nice at least.
So buy your drink, end up going. That's awesome, Pistol. I'd hope to see you there. I tend to go for the more middle, higher tier beer. Like this time, I bought a whole bunch of these Land Shark lagers. These things are awesome.
I think so.
Yeah, the only real danger of dying there comes from kind of falling off the mushrooms or.
Did anybody go for post jumps? I wasn't paying attention.
But it's not so bad.
Yeah. And like I said, it is still a very fast stage. It comes in at just over a minute, and I think the only faster one is probably like 1-2, where we skip like the entirety of 1-2.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What happened to Yamayu?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Oh, I didn't know Yamayu died there.
Nothing you can really do about that.
You can technically, if you're able to chain a bunch of perfect flutters and you have all the time in the world, you can save that. But at that point, it's certainly worth just dying. But you'll see that it won't take Yamayu very long to get right back.
Possible to keep track of 4 people. Yeah, very true. I'm just sitting here watching it casually. It's tough.
This is called Tap Tap, the Red Noses Fort. This entire first.
And trip to death. Damn, that's rough.
It's kind of easy to get off cycle, and if you do, I don't know, you just never really
stuck on the screen for Yamayu.
Really just sort of wait for the next cycle to come back.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy way to lose like 5 seconds. Calco not struggling there. Definitely takes a little while for new runners to sort of choreograph, but relatively predictable once you do. But the fun does not.
I definitely didn't go for post jumps. I'm like, fuck that shit. I was tilting hard. I was just like, man, I was so like mad at myself because my run was such garbage.
Much longer room. And
then Calco died, and it was official. Everyone's run was garbage. So I was like, okay, well, at least all our runs were shit. I know, Calco's death was. He could have definitely gotten a 1-4-3 without that death.
All the way back to this side, and you probably got some hits in on him.
He was on a 4-3 pace for sure.
Quite fast, and it's really hard to hit. That was like a major time save in my PVs for quite some time.
Maybe even a high 4-2.
Absolutely.
It is possible to manipulate him consistently, but
yeah, it's tough because he was just trying to neutral out the block that Tap Tap was standing on, and he didn't think about that it was going to ricochet back and clear out the block he was standing on.
A little easier to deal with in the second one, I guess.
I think Poor dies on lava skip. But I think Yamayu has a clean 6-4.
Calco right now is doing a somewhat thing.
Ooh, Salvo got away from Yamayu a bit. Fucking,
kind of surfing with this log.
Fucking Salvo. Oh man, he almost had to go back a second time for eggs.
I say it's risky. It's risky kind of because it doesn't save all that much time, and if you mess it up, you probably die.
Yeah, it's a couple seconds, but luckily since 5-4 skip, lava skip's pretty much free.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to see what happens in this fight.
These runners proved they could a little while ago.
Oh, he got like a. He didn't do like a What? Oh, that's weird.
So it looks like Calco, one of his shots kind of got offline.
Look at his
So
first shot got a little
This
off.
is much longer. We don't usually fight tap this much here. There are a few different strats.
Right here.
The simplest one of them.
Oh no. That.
Does he get a middle ring? All the way
That
back.
is-
Oh man.
that is a
So
really rough
Yamayu now has a commanding lead. Calco is actually in 4th place, from 1st to 4th.
Huge lead swing right there.
Yes. 6-4, of course. It is a very long stage. Let's talk about that. So tap, the simplest thing you can do, as long as you're on hasty controls, which everybody but Yamayu is.
You better believe I was taking that ring.
Once tap becomes vulnerable, it's literally
For a marathon, yeah, I'm taking that fucking ring.
Don't move. Just tap A 5 times. You'll fire 5 eggs at exactly the right spots.
Yamayu has a different way of fighting him because he does it on patient. And poor dies. It would have been better if he had just instantly suicided into the lava and just tried again since he grabbed the ring. But he was trying to save it.
Because all of the things that we do for tap, very nice. All of the strats that we have for tap are based on hasty controls. So Yamayu kind of had to invent his own stuff here. And of course, Poor tried lava skip, but it didn't work out. Looks like he got the save ring though.
Yeah.
So Kolthor, I think, I talked about the 5-shot fight, which is very simple. I believe Kolthor is going to go for the more traditional 4-shot fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still neutral shots, but you're just moving a little left and a little right.
And it saves a shot.
Yeah.
And so that, I think this stage, more than a lot, really show the benefit.
At this point, my brain was like, "Oh shit, maybe I could actually win this thing." Because I was sitting in 4th, being a salty fuck, and I was just like, "Man, I don't want to lose this race. I could do better than this." And then all of a sudden, Calco died, and then Poor died. And I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm in 2nd. I'm like, "Oh shit, I need to pull my head out of my ass and like do this shit."
A couple minutes, Guy, before I want to talk about anything. So I'd say
Both for the salty barbarian.
There is actually a question from a donation, but first, can we hear for these commentators? They are fantastic here tonight.
Fuck yeah, commentators, doing a fantastic job. Clappa, clappa, clappa.
Well done. Anyways, a recognizable name here. $50 from DS Dad with a question from the couch. Question for the commentators. Can top Yoshi runners tell the difference when playing on the SNES Classic versus the original hardware?
Ooh, interesting. I've never, we're the worst.
See, I've tried it on the SNES. Oh no, sorry. I have not played on the SNES Classic, so
Yeah.
so I don't know.
But I bet we could.
Yeah, we probably could. If it's running on like an emulator type stuff, we could probably tell.
Brain or 2 extra lag or something.
I would guess that it's comparable to running on an emulator.
Aside from all the runs, what was my favorite part of AGDQ, being at AGDQ? Definitely just hanging out and meeting runners, being part with the community. That's the best part of AGDQ. Just getting to meet and hang out with all these awesome people.
Not only does it affect the lives of the person.
Trihex already said he could tell. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So I challenge all other healthcare workers out there to donate $5 to this great event and charity. Put this towards Reader's Choice. Also, too, you can win cereal and a console, but yeah. $20 donation from Kit. Had to donate during one of my favorite games of all time. I remember the feels when Yoshi's Island came out.
So you play it for like 10 minutes?
Shout out
Any
to
good or funny
my
stories though? Oh, we'll get to. Well, I got a whole list of things we're gonna talk about after the run, after this race.
$25 donation from
So we'll definitely get into more specific stories.
Especially the Mario blocks.
Didn't notice anything from the emulator.
Go Yoshi's
That's
Go.
good.
Great work for a great cause. Thanks, GDQ. $20 donation from Anonymous. Yoshi's Island is easily my favorite game of all time. When I found out it was included with the SNES Classic, I had to get one. Thank you for including this wonderful game, and good luck to all the runners.
I like that shot Poor's doing, that swag shot.
$20 donation from Michelle187. First GDQ since my baby was born, and we are looking to get him started off the right foot by teaching him video games in charity.
So we're seeing Yamayu.
Play on monitor versus console and CRT.
Extended flutter. There's typically a boulder that rolls off the top of the screen, but if you can get ahead of it like this, you can have the boulder push you through.
Did anybody get the boulder?
to get to the-
I've only tried the boulder strat like twice, and I can't quite get the timing down on it.
It is marginally
It's really
faster.
cool. It's really cool.
It's it's marginally faster, and yeah.
Yami got
Yeah,
stuck.
I saw that. That actually happened in practice. All
See,
right.
normally clipping like
It's
that,
legit to run on though?
but somehow it doesn't in this case.
That's good.
So
It's very nice that it
this
works out.
this
Let's
screen
see how
is
he
also
did.
supposed to be an auto scroller.
This.
The way this game triggers auto
First
scrollers,
try, but
he is
yeah, it was more like 2.5.
He got a frame perfect trick, and I'll go in a little more into that. Got a first try, which is just wonderful. The way
I had a
the game
pretty
triggers auto
good
scrollers is
rest of my
like a
run
magic
here. Like,
strike
pretty
that's
much from
within
here
the
on out,
game
my
right
run was pretty solid.
So
Once I realized that I actually had like a chance to catch up and win, I think I had first try. Yep, first try.
and
Auto
there's a
scroll skip.
concept in this game called perfect jumps, okay? And
I know Yamayu gets a
perfect
first
jump is
try
whenever you
rockless. I
jump
did
in
notice
the
he did
exact
that.
same
That was
frame
fucking
as you
sick.
land. The game, for whatever
Where I was
reason,
really boring was the time to collect my thoughts. Definitely the latter. You know, after the craziness of 6-4 with all those deaths, the auto score was just kind of a time for me to kind of refocus and kind of
doesn't think that your height has
recenter
changed.
myself.
So like Poor here just got his perfect jump.
Oh,
you
he
might
was pretty
seem
close
like
to the
his
ground
first
there.
attempt at it,
Made
the
it,
camera
though.
scrolled up. And if the camera scrolls up and brings that sprite onto the screen,
Ah, that's
this screen
disgusting.
will turn on
First
the
try from Yamayu.
Yeah.
So Yami just nailed a very difficult trick called Rockless on the first try, and
I think it took me 3 tries, if I remember.
Tongue through the wall to grab the
He struggled on this flutter to the
that whole room, and it takes about 30 to 40 seconds to get the key, but you can skip all of that with some very precise inputs.
Yeah, you'll see Kolthor coming up on it here. This is definitely another maze type level that is just really significantly longer. Unless you know the way to to tell the game.
So it kind of worked out to about the same. I was like third try.
Easy to get a bonus challenge here if you don't know exactly what you're doing. But yeah, instead of one of the.
But I got first try of that flutter, so it kind of worked out to about we equaled out.
As long as you're getting Rockless first try. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty dumb trick. I think everybody in our community would agree. But
It's not a dumb trick. It's a kick-ass trick. I love Rockless. JP hating on
Going into
Rockless.
6, 7. There's a very subtle camera manipulation at the beginning of here. You'll see Poor.
Fucking Dewey memes in chat. God.
You kind of want the camera to be a little higher than this right now, and that's all to get this green platform to spawn in a more favorable cycle. I guess Yami.
Let's see how Calco does on Rockless.
By a relatively significant margin.
One,
you can dead stop and
2,
adjust
second
the
try.
camera,
Nice. Nice.
like guaranteed.
Kolthor just got it.
Yeah, and so you can maybe.
Okay, so
see the
Yamayu
camera
didn't get
a little
the
higher on
the screen manip.
But
So that caught me up a little bit. I'm like slowly gaining on
It
him.
saves more time than you might think. Saves about 3 seconds to just wait for that platform to
Now here was a very critical part in the race.
More camera
Yamayu is about to go for 6-7 skip. In my mind, I thought there was no way he was going to go for it. I was looking back at Poor to see where he was, to see like if I should go for it or if he would overtake me if I went for it. And in doing so, I looked over and saw that Yamayu was going for it. So I was like, well, fuck. If Yamayu had the guts to go for it, being in the lead, I had to go for it. I couldn't let. I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't not go for it if Yamayu had the guts to go for it, you know?
There's an IL with it now.
And Kolthor, I see Kolthor glancing over at Yamayu's screen. He's
Yeah.
like, well, hell, if he's going for it, I guess I might as well try.
All right.
And it's just, I could have easily pulled ahead, like, been ahead by 10 seconds if I had just gone. But in my mind, it's like, what kind of a win would that have been? You know, he manned up and he went for a hard trick that he didn't need to go for, and he put his lead in jeopardy. If I had just went ahead, I would have. It wouldn't have felt like a win, you know.
Where Yamayu is right now, riding this green platform, this is.
So I figured, you know, it'd be a good show. Let's all go for it, and I went for it. Sadly, nobody got it. That would have been fucking insane if somebody got 6-7. But, oh well. The important thing was we put on a great show for everybody. Oh, poor Calco. Oh, man. Calco died here, too?
Yeah, I mean.
Damn.
So Poor, yeah.
I believe Poor was actually reasonably close with his attempt.
Really.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Poor took a hit there.
So I would almost guarantee that
Ground slammed a
Yamamo's gonna
little
at least give
too
it a
far
run.
to the right.
It does save about 40 seconds over going for this green platform. It
What's
feels
my
like it
ratio on
saves
6-7
more, but there
skip
is
in
a bit
practice?
of
Well, when I
setup
had my
which does cost you a little bit of time.
practice cart
You know,
and I was
if-
practicing
to
it, I
be
had about
this is not,
a 5%
like I said, only
success
few
rate
people
on
have
it.
ever accomplished it on console.
I was actually getting, it was slowly getting better and better, and then my practice card just kind of died. And I wasn't able to practice it very much, and it's an absolute pain in the ass to practice it when you don't have save states.
You'll see a little
But it was starting to get better. Like, I had a pretty good feel for it.
Alright,
Alright, Electric Reset, thanks for stopping by. We will actually be doing runs this week, but tonight I really wanted to... Oh, shit. Oh, man, I thought Yami was going to have a sick Baxter there. But we're actually going to have some runs this week. We're going to have some Yoshi, and I'd like to try to sneak in a Link to the Past run towards the end of the week. But for the next couple weeks, I definitely want to put in some hard PB world record attempts on Yoshi. Let's see. Alright, decent extended flutter out of Poor. Rip Baxter from me. For winning a race, I completely understand going for the skip. Yeah, I agree. You're just trying to put on a good show for charity. It's for charity, so I mean, you get the I don't want to say you get the pride of it. You get the recognition for winning the race, but at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal.
The big thing here, excuse me. The big thing here is
Yeah, exactly.
There are 4 doors that are rotating.
Like, it's a race for charity, you know. There's nothing, no title is on the line, you know. It's not that big a deal. So just have fun with it and put on a good show, and that's what we
I would say
did.
they range on the level of bad to true tragedy of video gaming. Door 1 is pretty tough platforming, but Door 3 is a minutes-long auto-scroller. That makes it certainly faster to kill yourself, but it doesn't even offer a chance for instant death, so you have to wait for the clock to run out. If you get Door 3, you might...
I'm glad everyone got Door 4. that would have sucked.
But
Something about
luckily those doors
you don't get
rotate
a salt for
randomly,
winning,
and we
that's
have
true.
visual cues for egg shots.
Honestly, like, I'm fine with second place. I couldn't be happier. Just the whole event as a whole, the whole race as a whole, how positive everyone's been about it. Everyone was raving about it, saying it was such a good race. Like, I don't care that I was in second. It was a close second. It was only down by 10 seconds. I had a really good Bowser fight. I was able to pull it together at the end. Like, I'm happy with how I did. Obviously, I would have liked to have won, but that's like, you know, not that big a deal. That's not a game breaker. The whole event as a whole, the whole race as a whole, everybody did great, and I'm just ecstatic.
The nervousness for the real fight, because you know Bowser's just behind the door.
And it is actually possible to die if KMX chooses to shoot one of the ground tiles out.
Yeah, so any of those...
No, honestly, like, nobody... We didn't talk to each other like, yo, we're all going for 6-7 skip, right? Like, no. I assumed Yami-Yu wasn't going for it, and JP even said that there was like a 0% chance Yami-Yu was going for it, because it's super risky, and if you don't get it, it's like a 25-second loss. And I was only about 10 seconds behind him. Well, actually, I was about 20 seconds behind him at that point. Oh yeah, super awesome the J-Runners came. Like, the fact that 3 of the 4 runners, like, everybody except me, was from a completely different country, and they were all able to make it for the event was just absolutely incredible. It's unfortunate that Calco had so much trouble getting here. I wish he would have had an easier time with that, but the fact that we were able to get everybody together is just incredible.
The final fight against King Bowser.
Did my electrocution therapy machine start working again? No. I still have it around, but I haven't had a chance to look at it and see if I can fix it. How you doing, Butter Knife?
So the way you kill Bowser here, he wants to do the same thing to you. You cause an earthquake.
Calco had an amazing scarf, though.
And whoever's earthquake reaches the other first is kind of who wins and gets hurt.
Ooh, Yami taking a hit there.
You can hover above.
He took that damage, so he wasn't able to go for the TIA. I don't know if he normally goes for TIA.
Very tight hitbox though, and as you saw,
it's like, where are they from?
And I feel like we would normally make a joke about how that's the end of the game. It's not. I think we've all know that there's a bigger...
A few pixels off.
Thor, always a fan pleaser.
Fans.
For the fans.
For the fans.
And yeah, Yamayu, I would think he's gonna close this out. You can totally die on King Bowser. This is not a free fight at all. This is where the game kind of switches it up on you. You've so far been throwing.
I was really happy with my Bowser fight. I'm not sure how everyone else did.
Now you're gonna throw
I only missed
Bowser
one
sort of
shot.
into the screen.
This fight is very difficult to optimize.
There's one miss from Yamayu.
The sky, the lines.
That looks like
a visual cue, depending on how far Bowser.
That should be a hit.
You have to react. You have to react to where you expect Bowser will be.
That looks good.
And the window for actually hitting a certain distance can get
Oh.
pretty tight. So getting a perfect fight.
Good shot, good shot.
Not a trivial task.
I think so. Yamayu missed the first shot, but I think he's hit all of the others.
Yeah.
So we're looking for 7 shots. I think this would be 6. Man, what a shot!
That looks a little low.
These are fantastic egg shots. These are very difficult.
2.
This should be the 7th. And Yamayu
Nice.
closes it. Get ready
So
for
Yamayu
time,
missed
please.
2. I missed 1.
For reasons unbeknownst to me,
That was the one I missed.
Until we dismissed the final dialogue box for time. So for Yamayu,
Rip video.
is almost just about time.
Good run. And then time for me.
Time for Kolthor as well.
Kolthor. Very close race.
Well done, Kolthor. Yeah, just about 15 seconds separated.
15? More like
Thor is
10.
about to finish up as well.
Where's your math, JP? Oh, heart JP.
After the
Yeah.
Okay, time for Poor is coming up. After you hit Bowser for the 4th time, he starts running at you much faster, and if you
I
don't
couldn't
start
see his
hitting
stream.
that,
I know, there's so many buys. I was surprised the couch was so low behind
not
us.
an easy fight
You guys
by
could
any
probably
means,
barely
especially
see shit.
considering the game kind of changes the rules on you a little bit. And for Poor, time.
Calco had kind of a rough Bowser fight, it looks like.
We'll see Calco finish this up. These, I guess one other thing about this fight, these rocks are really terrifying. They're actually not like chain chomps. If you're fluttering
that was
and
high.
and they hit you, it actually doesn't affect you at all. Just as long as you
Ooh.
don't fall off the course.
Not gonna lie, it took me way too long.
It's super comfy for watching? Oh, that's good.
147 and then learned that.
Yeah.
For context,
Yeah.
it looked like time was about a 144 or so.
That looks good.
I actually have part of the leaderboard written down.
Getting that extra shot in his face for the
144
insult.
is like a top 10 time. And so we'll be ready for time on Calco in just a second. Time for Calco.
Oh man, look at that standing ovation. That's fucking awesome. Like, I don't care what place I'm in, getting a standing ovation as a group like that, that's fucking cool. I've never had a standing ovation for anything in my life, and to be up there with that amazing group of people, that's
What was
fucking
Yama's
awesome.
official time? So I have that. I have 10 times written down, and 144.22 is the 10th. So he would probably be 11th or 12th with that run alone. And he went for tricks that we don't normally go for. So
Good stuff. Good call during your wedding. My wedding was very small. The only people that attended my wedding were my parents and my wife's parents.
Before we
We had a very
have
small,
some
wedding.
If you are interested in running Yoshi's Island, we have a wiki. You need to go to yoshi.science. I know it doesn't sound like a website URL, but it is yoshi.science. If you want to join our very active Discord community, go to discord.yoshi.science. That'll take you there. Huge thanks to Armin.
We're skip ahead. To
He's
the
a master
interview.
programmer in our community. He's rigged up a practice hack that didn't exist a year ago, and it's made it really possible.
The
to
wiki
run some of
died?
these tricks
What?
out. We haven't been able to use Game Saver until Arn the Great put in that time. So huge thanks, shout outs to everybody in our community. We are very excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yoshi.English. Just down for a bit? Oh, okay. You knew in advance my answer to favorite level.
We have a $5 donation from a
I'm local.
I thought so. Okay, I just wanted to be 100% sure because I've got
with a really low voice.
That's okay. So how is it coming from Chile, Calco?
Let's see, 28. Let's try that. Fucking dog. Let's try this. Oh, whoops. I'm back at the beginning, I think. Hold on. Ah, tits.
Best to resolve this situation.
Nice.
Translation here, so thank you, Ethan. And yeah, if you could.
一番好きなステージとその理由は
Behave. Let's see, what are we at here? 20, 26, 26, 25. Let's try that. 26, 25. Okay, that's a good spot. We'll just leave it there. This should be, interview should be kicking off soon.
$10.01 donation from Dale139. As a pretend veteran.
So we hit the 500,000 mark shortly after the very beginning of the run. So that means our race raised almost $40,000. Not bad.
$5 donation from Pax. My cat almost knocked down my PS4. Give me a
Pleasure
real
getting to watch and
story.
commentate.
Here,
Yeah,
have a
dude,
street
you
cred
guys
from
absolutely
Scott.
nailed it.
And
Best
donation
couch
goes to an
at
average choice.
GDQ, hands down.
$50 donation from Totino's Boy. Loving this whole AGDQ, especially the Mario games. Can't wait for Sunshine with all the Mario. Also, let's get the BOTW. Horse's name is Iwata, chat. We need it.
No, horse's name should be Yabi. Fucking shitheads.
$1,000 donation from Beer in Heaven. Thank you very much.
Beer in heaven. Cheers to beer in heaven.
$5 donation from Akinari. Had to donate during this.
Everyone
call.
already getting their
But
shine gets
I'm too
out.
Excited to go to bed or need coffee. So tank my coffee money. $20 donation from Prodigal Tim. Was already planning on donating $5, but $5 gets me a chance at a Mario Odyssey Switch system as well. I'm in for 20 now. $10 donation from Patty Gone. First time I've caught GDQ live. Absolutely loving it. Keep up the awesome.
Rochefort is a popular French actor that dated a couple months, caught cancer, and loved horses. It fitted perfectly, but Yabi.
$15 donation from Yellow Bunny. Whoa, that flight. That.
Pause on pause,
I saw
spam
that
right
flight
arrow.
twice before.
Yeah.
Didn't imagine someone could pull it off live. Well done. Donation goes to Runner's Choice.
We'll get there soon. It should be coming up any moment.
$15 donation from Gleeps. Long-time lurker, first-time donor. Let the runs keep the donations flowing.
Yeah, it should be starting
$10
any minute
donation from
now.
Anonymous. Thanks for the entertaining run so far this AGDQ. Been watching since 2016 and finally able to give a little bit back. $35 from Howard the Dave.
Yo, it's a
Had to
sweet
donate during
Yoshi
the Mario
promo,
blog.
though.
Mario 3 got me into gaming at the age of 4 and haven't looked back since.
It's been 87 years! My god. That's a lot of years. Thanks for putting plush on the table, of course.
My cats and I thank y'all for putting this event together.
Everybody brought their plushes. Poor had his 2 plushes. I had the other plush that you gave me. I was half tempted to pull out my wall plaque and just set it on there, but the thing's kind of big, so I didn't. They might have thought that thing was up for auction.
Personal favorite race at AGDQ. Major props to all runners and staff for another fantastic array of speedruns for a great cause.
That plush has been in the past 4 AGDQs. I didn't know that. Ignore the GDQ chat during your interview as there's going to be a lot of upcoming races garbage. I had heard that. Okay, I have already rewatched the interview. Yeah, people were really shitty to Poor. Like, people can just be shitty. You give people internet anonymity and sometimes they just turn to shitheads. I hope Poor doesn't see that, because it's just...
That amazing barbarian shout from the crowd.
Here's my buddy again with his extra 50 donation. Poor was a really nice, awesome person. Both the Japanese runners were, and the crew of their friends that came with. I don't know if they were just like friends or family that came with them, but they were all super nice and friendly. He watched the JP restream. Oh, good. Poor was very, very nice. Very nice. And so was Yamayu. Poor was definitely a little more talkative than Yamayu. Yamayu seemed much more, kind of more quiet and timid. But I think it was because he was probably a lot younger. But they were all super friendly and nice.
Alright. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, they were NES Mega Man runners.
I
Oh,
just
okay.
want to say right away, like, you know what? Can we get one more round of applause, like, just for everybody that's still in here, please? Because fantastic race.
Rip.
Now, I am not a big Yoshi's Island runner or anything, so I'm going to jump into the people who really know everything that they do about this, and go right into the social media questions. The first one is from Proto is one of the fellow interviewers.
Sub mode, best mode. Plebs don't deserve a voice. Poor looks like Miss Swan. Like, Jesus Christ. These people.
I'm gonna have everybody kind of go this way. So go ahead and first, Calco. Favorite stage.
Seeing Calco for the first time. Doesn't use a cam. Calco sometimes uses a cam.
Alright. Sounds good.
I was like 2.5. It's short, sweet, quick, a lot of inputs, a lot of fun stage.
Awesome.
A lot of fun stage. That's some good English right there. Here come the Craigasm. Voice Craigasm. Final boss. Gothor, speak good. Me English sometime. Rap god. What?
So I like 4-2 the best. You'll have to excuse me because I'm not super familiar with this game either. But there's a lot of tricks I like.
Yeah, that was a good answer by Poor.
Community kind of say that I'm kind of crazy for doing them. I wasn't able to.
We do say he's crazy for the stuff he goes for, but that's what makes Poor Poor.
And like I said, we were flooded with people who really wanted to ask you guys some questions. So I'm basically just going to keep rolling with all the people who wanted their questions asked and answered, because I think there are some really great ones in here. So
That translator guy, he was really friendly and nice. He did a real great job. I forget what his name was. But a super awesome guy. Was that Ian? Was his name? I can't remember. Crank up the volume.
So sounds like Poor doesn't like
I died when he said that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not really necessary.
Oh shit. That's so good. That's fucking
Still
amazing.
more in the 100% category, especially in the extras, but play any of the ROM hacks out there, you don't want any more Poochie than you already have. No, I'm good on limited Pooch.
No.
Fucking dog.
All right, cool. Well, I wanted to get one of my questions in here. I first just want to ask, coming all the way from
Deepest
Japan,
voice.
how was
That
process
voice, oh my
been?
god.
Is it your first time in America? Really, just those two questions in general, yeah.
まあ今回はずっと遠いところ
He said
や
fucking
って
dog.
きたんですけど、その経験についてちょっと喋ってでまあどうだったんですか？初めてアメリカに来た。
初めて来たんです。最初の1日2日はなかなか慣れないところありました。慣れに慣れて緊張
Colthor sounds like a hot dad.
From Poir, he says, yeah, this is my first time in America.
Oh my
and the first couple
God.
days I was here, there were all sorts of things I wasn't used to, and I was kind of nervous. But the longer I've been here, the more we've practiced, I've been able to relax, and so I wasn't that nervous going into the race.
Great. Yeah, man.
Wants to sleep with my vocal cords. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is my first time in overseas, and
I really think we did a good job, like, as a community and everything, giving them a good first experience in America. I felt like an ambassador to them, and I hope they had a really excellent time. I truly do. I think I hope they take lots of happy memories back with them.
From any, I know you're from Chile, right? And I'm sorry, I cannot remember if you are normally from America or if you came from somewhere else.
I'm local.
I thought
Oh my god,
I
pour
just
with the
wanted to be 100%
pizza?
sure
That
you
was
got
fucking
it.
amazing.
So how is it coming from Chile, Calco?
It's
Final boss voice, fake
I don't
voice,
want to talk about the
local
first
deep
3 days.
voice. Oh my
Here, so,
god.
now I'm here and very happy that was a nice race.
You thought he discovered manna from heaven with that pizza.
All right, let's go back to some of the social media questions. So from Knuckles
That
Weed,
voice,
we
that
have,
voice,
how
local
long have you
Wolverine
been
question mark.
We'll go ahead and start back.
Oh god.
I think 2 years from here? No, two
Two
years.
years,
2
2 years.
years.
Been about 3.5.
よし、まあこのゲームはどれぐらい
We
長く
JonTron 11. Here come the JonTron comments. Everybody thought I looked like JonTron.
So about a year and 4 months for Poir. About a year and a half for
Oh wow, so a lot less in general. That's pretty funny. Got a good spread. Sometimes you see like 5 years for everybody on it, and so it's really cool to see a spread.
What kind of pizza did we get? It was pretty simple pizza. I mean, just typical stuff: cheese, pepperoni. There was like some meat pizza. There was a veggie pizza. You know, nothing like that weird.
I'll go with this one. Amaryllis Masaki asks, favorite color Yoshi?
Deep voice get.
We'll do this
Colthor have my panties.
This question always asking me.
Oh my
silly
god.
question, but we like to ask a few.
And I think it's blue.
Blue.
Gotta go classic green.
Classic green. All right.
どの色のヨシが一番好きですか
Anime Jesus loves me, apparently.
I don't really care, whatever's great, whatever's clever.
Green. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you with the
All right,
green
we need a
pick.
translator for that one. We got that one. Thanks.
Local
Now, this
green.
is one that I think is really cool. From the Alien Machine, they ask, what's your favorite bit of tech that you learned for this run? So favorite trick even, if you want to identify it down to that, anything like that.
I think it's 5-4 when you can do it
5-4 skip.
consistently.
Calco was so nice. I'm so happy I got to meet him too.
Bounce over here this time.
Good,
まあ
good dude.
ヨシのスピードランの中で一番なんか楽しくて学んできたテクニックは何でしょうか Shell jump.
Chat loves Yamayu.
Five four skip.
5-4 skip. Colthor.
I'd probably say 6-7 skip. The one you saw us all try to attempt at the very end.
Right.
Huge kudos to you. Being in the lead, going for 6-7 skip.
でその僕
No, it's just
Knocking over the book like a boss.
no. It's no one has been able to do it in a run yet, so to be able to at least attempt it is very exciting. So one day we might see it in an actual run instead of just in practice.
I love the camaraderie.
Not from me.
camaraderie.
Not from me.
Not for you.
Calco's like, fuck 6-7 skip. I ain't going for that shit.
Kind of packed, you know, and they all decide to go for it. I think that's super cool.
I want
Alright,
Coulthor to
we're gonna
narrate
wrap
my
this up pretty
life.
soon, but I wanted to get in a couple more here.
Have
We got
sexy voice guy
Jack
commentate.
asks, what is the
Too
difference of
funny.
running Yoshi's Island on the Super
Oh my
Nintendo
god, deep
rather
voice
than
is
the
JonTron. There's a little more with the JonTrons.
You don't run it on the GPA
You just
port.
don't.
You just don't. We pretend it doesn't exist. It's no.
Why is that just a
big meme.
totally bad inputs or something? Like it's just really hard.
Me shitting on the GBA version.
It's just, you go from one to the other. There's a clear winner. Clear winner in the Super NES. There's a few different levels, a few little different tech, but overall the original is just better.
Calco pretty much the same. And how do you guys feel about the?
Yeah, I was just kind of explaining the question to them, and they say they don't run the.
They don't run. Yeah.
Chad voice? What the fuck
Alright,
is
so-
Chad?
Let's go ahead and go on to.
Most of us followed you because of the voice. Fair
Exploring
enough.
5-4 skip. Which trick is the most difficult to execute in a warpless run? And you know what? I'm gonna
GBA
include it
cards
too,
matter.
because you already kind of brought that one up. So what's the next one?
Baxter? Yeah, probably Chicken Baxter.
Chicken Baxter.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you saw Poor do at the end of 4-7, where he took the chicken sprite into the
Right.
next level, was able to defeat the boss very fast that way. It's a one-frame trick with a setup to set the IDs of sprites beforehand. So you have to do everything right and hope for the best.
Super Nintendo games.
Yep.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind asking.
54スキップと67スキップ以外
Calling you out.
一番難しいとテクニック
Oh, 300 beards.
あの
Wait, 300 beards have been sacrificed for his beard. Oh my god.
4-2 underground strat that they did.
No.
Rubber skip?
I think I felt like a little more
Sorry. Skip.
that I had to talk a little more because there was kind of a language barrier between everybody, so I was trying to add as much extra as I could with every answer.
No, anyway.
Hopefully it didn't come off that I was trying to like steal the show or anything. I just felt Calco, I love Calco, but he's very he seemed kind of very timid and very soft-spoken kind of person, and there was an obvious language barrier with the JP runners. So I guess I kind of felt I had to kind of
Odyssey bundle. I'll go ahead and show it.
talk a little
Yeah, here
more.
we go. We got the Super Mario Odyssey Switch bundle, and this is only $5 that you need to donate.
Oh, thank you
between now
guys.
and the end of Princess Rescue, okay? To be
I love
able to
Calco like
chances
reaching
to
for the
win
box.
this,
Oh,
Super
fucking
Mario Odyssey
hilarious.
Switch bundle. And I actually have this one. It comes with some red Joy-Cons, super cool. And I don't even think you can buy those separately yet. I literally could be wrong. And so, super awesome bundle. And then I think that might be all we have time for at the moment. We've got other great prizes though, so please check out.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like, English isn't his first language, so I understand he doesn't have a high comfort level with it, which is fine.
I'm going to throw it back to our host. Thank you again, everybody, and congratulations on an amazing race. Super close all the way to the end. I thought that was cool. And so I'm going to throw it back to the host now for our next run.
All right. So, now that that's out of the way, I've got a kind of a list of things I just wanted to like recap and talk about from the GDQ event. So a couple things that happened during the whole thing. Overall, amazing experience. Like, this was definitely my favorite GDQ that I've been to. I think a large part of that because I was actually got to participate in the actual race, which was just a dream come true for me. I was starting to think it wouldn't happen. When Yoshi got picked up for Harvey Relief done quick, I was kind of worried that they would consider that like, okay, well, we had it for Harvey Relief, we don't really need it for AGDQ. But I think that actually helped our cause, and there was so much hype for Harvey Relief for the Yoshi race between me and Calco that it kind of fueled the fire and helped them pick us for AGDQ. So that was just super awesome. I'm so glad Yoshi finally got back into a GDQ. But let me start things off with kind of what happened the first day I got there. I didn't arrive at AGDQ until the day of the race. I just couldn't get time off beforehand, so I was there from Wednesday to Saturday. As soon as I got there, I pretty much just hit the ground running with practice. Did Mrs. Barbarian watch my race? Yes, she did. She watched it. She wasn't at the venue, but she watched it from home. But as soon as I got to the event, like, I just plugged in my console and I just started practicing. Around like 2 o'clock, around that time, the guy who does TaskBot, the Duango AC, his friend came and found me, and they were trying to record a video for the TaskBot demonstration that they did right before Superstar Saga, where they were showing 5-4 skip and how tricky and difficult that trick was. So they pulled me in, and I got to use actual task tools and with Duango AC and record the video that they demoed for the 5-4 skips. That was really awesome. I'd never been able to use task tools before, so it was all pretty new to me, and to actually work with TaskBot, like the guy behind TaskBot, to make a demo for it, that was fucking cool as shit. That was pretty damn cool. Obviously after that, then I kind of just hung around, just trying to get my nerves together, and then we had the actual race, which we just watched. Obviously amazing. Couldn't be happier with how things turned out. Obviously I would have liked to have won, but that's such a minor thing in comparison to the whole. Was so well received by social media. Every thread thing I read, everybody thought it was a fantastic race with awesome commentary. Best couch on AGDQ. You guys did fantastic. We had a great time doing it. Obviously, aside from that, special shout outs to all the new people I got to meet at AGDQ. A lot of the new Donkey Kong Country crew that I never really got to meet before. Guys like Waffle, BJW. I got to do a shot of Kraken rum with Walrus Prime in MT's room after the race. It's like, I got to meet Meta Sigma after he ran his race. I randomly ran into him. He told me congratulations on my race. I told him congratulations on his. And that was cool. I'd watched Meta Sigma for a long time and actually getting to introduce myself for him, and he recognized me. That was a pretty cool feeling. I got to meet also a whole bunch of people from the Earthbound community that I didn't meet before, guys, especially D-Rock. D-Rock, I forget the numbers in front of his name. Really, really awesome guy. Me and him got along great. He was just a really cool dude. We just talked about all kinds of random stuff. He also runs Link to the Past. He's well known in that community as well. Hope we hear Grayson making people yell Barbarian. Dude, that was awesome. That was a especially awesome memory of mine. I talked about it earlier, but yeah, him making that donation, having people shout Barbarian, that was so cool. I was gushing over it. I'll never forget that. What else? Also, after the race, we had normally we would usually go out to dinner. At least the last 2 years, we would kind of go out to a decent restaurant. We would do our Yoshi dinner. This year, we kept it a little more private. We just, MT and JP ordered a whole bunch of pizzas, and we just chilled out in MT's room after the race. And that was so much fun. We got the Japanese runners. They came and joined us, and Poor, for the first time, got to try pizza in his life, because none of them had ever been to the U.S., so I guess they don't have, like, American-style pizza over there. He thought he was eating manna from heaven. He thought it was the best thing he'd ever had. It was hilarious. He was all about the pizza. Oh, Poor was a good guy. It was nice, because I didn't really get to talk to them much before the race, but we all got to hang out and chill afterwards having pizza. And the translator was there, Ethan, and we all bought a bunch of beers. Everybody was sharing, and right before we all started to drink, the translator said, that it was custom that in Japan everyone says "kanpai" before we start to drink. So we all raised our bottles and our beer cans and our glasses, and we all shouted "kanpai," and that was a really cool moment. We all just kind of bonded together over pizza and beer. That was really, really cool. Shame Calco couldn't join us that night, but the following 2 nights later, a couple of us went out to Chipotle, and Calco joined us for that. And we got to talk to him a little more, kind of just got to get to know him a little better. Apparently he's studying for engineering over in Chile. He's found out he's actually a year older than me, so I'm not the oldest guy in the Yoshi community anymore. No, fellow old man bro, I could respect that. What else do I have written down here? Oh, another special improvement over this year. The last 2 years, I had commuted back and forth to the event, and which was about a 2-hour commute back and forth. And I had some friends joining me for those commutes the last 2 years, but this year I had to fly solo because Grayson couldn't join me. So I got a hotel this year, and oh my god, I will never do that commute bullshit ever again. It was so much nicer having the hotel and just being like 5 minutes away from the venue. I had to stay at the Overflow Hotel, but I stayed with another Yosher named Forte, who I got to meet for the first time. Awesome, awesome guy. Awesome, awesome guy. Not the oldest Yoshi in the island. Yep. Exactly. Forte was a really cool guy. Good roommate. Also, shoutouts to all the other, some of the newer Yoshers I got to meet. Fuck, I keep forgetting his name. Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Starts with an S. Fuck. For some reason, just one of those names. It's on my plaque. Hold on. Seathorn. Yeah. Got to meet Seathorn. Got to meet a whole bunch of other new guys. Also, my yearly tradition of my plaque, which I've taken with me every year for the last 3 years. Here, let's full screen this shit. Ignore the stuff on the side. But taking this with me the last 3 years, and I keep getting signatures from all the Yoshers, and some non-Yoshers on here too. I don't really give a shit, but just so many Yoshers. We got so many big names on here, and so many awesome people. I got to add Calco, Yamayu, and Pora this year. We got so many awesome names. Indeed, you do have to come out to Stop. I want to meet you, and I got to get your name on this. But this will be a treasured possession of mine for a long, long time. It always hangs on my wall right above my SNES. What else do we have on here? I already talked about meeting the international Yoshers. All awesome, awesome people. Just talking about the event in general. I think the favorite non-Yoshi run that I saw, and I haven't watched them all, so I have to go back and watch some of the VODs, but of the ones I saw, I really, really enjoyed the Ori and the Blind Forest race. That shit was fucking bananas. It was so fast, so technical. It was just, everything was just happening so lightning fast. That was a really cool race. If you haven't seen that one, definitely go watch the Ori and the Blind Forest race. That one was really cool. Yeah, please go check it out, Pistol. Like, that race was absolutely bonkers. They had a lot of really good races this year. A lot of like big races with 4 people, and it was good times. I think it worked out really well for them. This year especially, I got to hang out a lot more with the Zelda crew than I did the previous year and get to know them a lot better. I feel like I got to hang out with, expand my friend zone around just outside the Yoshers a lot more this year, hanging out with a lot more of the Donkey crew, hanging out a lot more with the Zelda crew, all awesome people. And we've all just kind of like combined together into this wonderful mesh of people. Everybody seems to kind of trade off games with each other. Like, a lot of the Dankers run Yoshi, a lot of the Yoshers run Donkey, everybody kind of runs each other's games, so there's this kind of camaraderie with all each other's. Gaining speed friends. Damn right. Oh, man. What else happened? Then on Friday, I believe it was. Friday? Or was it Thursday? I think it was, yeah. Thursday, we did the Yoshi's Island relay race. Or was it Friday? One of those days, we did a relay race. We did 5 versus 5 teams, where each person just swapped out after every level. Fucking hashtag team stacked my team. Somehow we ended up with 3 of the top 4 on one team. Don't know how that happened. Somehow MT didn't pick up Calco didn't pick up Yamayu for his team and was grabbing other people. So we had like fucking team stacked. Just steamrolled our way to victory. Although it was still pretty close. It Fucking nightmare though. Questionable draft. Yeah. Yeah. Sadly we didn't get to do drunk percent this year. That's always fun. I'll just hold on to my crown for now until next time. Oh man. And like I said before, I got to meet a lot more of the Earthbound community. For whatever reason, I seem to just always find myself in the community of Earthbound speedrunners. I think because my friend Chrysler speedran Earthbound for a little bit, I just kind of got to know all those people. Earthbound people are a unique type of speedrunner. Maybe it's just RPG speedrunners in general, but there's something about those Earthbounders. They're a unique bunch. And I don't mean that in a criticizing or a bad way at all. They're unique. And I'll just leave it at that. Expected to play patience, switch every turn. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, what else do I have here? Other than that, it was just a lot of it was just kind of just casual fun. We'd meet up in the practice rooms, just hang out, talk to people, go get food together. It was just overall a good time. One of the last things to happen at GDQ for me, as I was saying goodbye to everybody, and MT, you were there, this Donkey Kong speedrunner named Slick. He's showed up, he's been in my chat for a long time. Good guy. I never got to meet him in person, and I didn't even realize it was him. He was with the Donkey Kong crew, and as we were leaving, we were all just kind of standing out in the hallway, and he just kind of looks at me, and he was just like, he told me a story about how he didn't know what speedrunning was until he had come to my channel and watched me speedrun Yoshi. He said that just blew his mind, and it's what got him into speedrunning, and now he was there at GDQ as part of the Donkey crew, and that just blew my mind. That somebody coming to my channel had inspired somebody to pick up speedrunning. And then he was there at a GDQ. Like, I feel like that's the kind of line that I had told to other speedrunners in previous years. My first year, I got to meet Zost, and I had almost told him the exact same line. And to have that flipped around on me, well, it just like blew my fucking mind out. Like, that was really cool. He should have chosen Yoshi, though. That's okay. He could play whatever game he wants. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, that was... other minor things that happened. They had a Dragon Ball Z demo arcade machine set up in the arcade room. The arcades was pretty fun this year. It was a lot of the same stuff they usually have. The DBZ game was pretty fun. I think it's out now on open beta on consoles. Though the arcade always smelled like a napalm explosion of hot BO. But that's just the arcade room, I guess. Weather for the event was fun. Everybody was awesome. It was so great seeing everybody. I hope to be able to make it next year. Life's getting pretty crazy for me. I'll make a more official announcement about that soon. Very soon, actually. So coming up on the stream, near future, it's going to be some more Yoshi attempts. I've put in all this time the last couple months preparing for AGDQ, so we're going to give it a couple more weeks, and I want to make some strong PB attempts, maybe try to get to world record, we'll see. It's been a struggle for practice for me because I don't have a practice cart, and I don't have a way to save state, so it's been a lot slower for me trying to get caught up to speed with all the newer strats, so we'll see. I may just cave and just finally buy another UFO, but we'll see. Else coming up in March, I'm going to be in the Link to the Past NMG tournament, so we're going to start preparing for that. I'm going to start doing some more Legend of Zelda Link to the Past NMG runs on the stream. I don't know how much I'm going to revisit Super Metroid. I might sprinkle it in there just for fun. I'm also seriously considering looking into speedrunning Super Meat Boy Forever when it drops. That right now it's just a blank 2018 release, so we'll see when that actually comes out. Rhythm games, shaking my head. Oh yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much Game of Gauntlet's going to resume. We're going to get back to a normal stream schedule here starting tomorrow. So Thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for everybody who was at GDQ. I hope to see you all again next year. It's so much fun. I love seeing you all. You're my Yoshi Speedrun fam. You all are amazing. Thank you for giving me an awesome time. It's a memory I will never forget as long as I live. I have so many good things coming from it. So thank you all so much. Have a good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Message those keys I forgot. No, that's okay. You can do that whenever, MT. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night.